You know the 11th commandment. Thou shalt be ashamed of thy natural anatomy.
Just destroyed me. And I didn't have any form.
You know how I keep complaining that when you like open the Kick dashboard, it like automatically starts blasting you with your own audio? Yeah, that's still, sorry.
Education. I had a real chance to be successful in any discipline related to robotics. Well, I just have to be a winner. You can be killed.
You think it's because dead people make good fertilizer?
He was honest, so that's why he wrote nursery rhymes into robotics. Words.
I guess sometimes certain things get misinterpreted.
Like what?
Not sure.
He was honest. Just like your father. You're just like your father. I was a software guy that built full stack applications.
Why, hello, Mark.
Many different languages.
Why, hello, Mark.
Many different languages. Be a winner. What are the words? Be a winner. These words.
It did it again.
Your life.
Kick dashboard keeps playing back at me, then muted itself.
Database. Your life. Architecture. Your life.
Hello.
Database. Because of the meaning of these words, you can be locked up until you die. Server communications. And then I branched into software testing. I branched into mobile. I branched into mobile development. You can be happily bumbling along, doing what you think you're supposed to do. I wanted my dad to help me build a fighting robot back in 2017. Doing the things that help you to get along with everybody around you, and you can feed yourself and house yourself, and mobile, happily bumbling along, doing...
Why don't you cry to your mommy about all this? Because my mom's dead and dumb.
I love my mother. I hate my mother. I love my mother. I hate my mother. I love my mother. I hate my mother. I love my mother. I do. She was a good and honorable. I love my mother. I hate my mother. She was a good, honest, honorable, loyal, responsible.
Don't look at me like that. I'm very responsible.
I love my mother. I hate my mother. I hate fun, decent, intelligent, creative, hardworking woman. I hate my mother, but I never had any professional training or experience, but I did build my own. Felt good about yourself and people smiled at you.
All right, so Jetpack 7.1 doesn't work on the Jets in Nano, so I absolutely hate that it gives me that notification.
Humpty Dumpty. Lewis Carroll had important things to say. Lewis Carroll had important things to say. Lewis Carroll had to wear down and drag him away in handcuffs.
So, we'll see how long this motherfucking shit lasts.
To a mental institution if he was honest. So that's why he wrote nursery rhymes. I hate my mother. My mother. I hate my mother. I hate my mother. I hate my mother. I do. She was a good, honorable.
Cha-cha-gram?
I love my mother. You just destroyed me. And I didn't have any formal education.
And I'm gonna hate my life for it. It's good, creates a little moist in there.
I had a real chance to be successful. Just like you're just like your father. You're just like your father. Just like your father. You're just like your father.
It was like,
yeah, Ian
the talk of
Foot's
the town.
head to ear ratio is definitely, we should just name him Ian Ear. Anyways, hi, so I found this while scrolling around the internet today, and I can't help but bring it to you.
This is the rhythm of the
No.
Oh yeah.
Mohammed,
The rhythm of
with
the
your
night.
hips.
This is the rhythm
Your
of
hips.
my life.
Sir, we're getting intel that the new Ayatollah is gay.
Oh yeah.
Sir, we can't be sure, but it looks like he's personally supervising Iran's entry to Eurovision.
What? Mohammed, with your hips. Your hips.
So anyways, hi. I'm so sorry. Muhammad with your hips has been stuck in my head for at least 3 straight hours. And it's an early stream. Only by like a little. I mean, I'm kind of on time. I found this and it's been stuck in my head all day. And I was told that I was supposed to do this dance, but I refuse. So anyways, that's where we stand today. That's That's about how it goes. Where's the thing I found? Oh no, I can't find it? Oh well. So, did y'all know that Karl dropped a new banger? And I'm willing to give him a fucking run on this. Because, like, usually as long as he's not defaming Billy Mitchell, he does an okay job at content. But then when he takes some Reddit poster's word for it that, like, Billy Mitchell was the cause of someone's death, then he tends to go off fucking ball and be a little bit weird. But when he isn't trusting Reddit comments and actually does his own research and doesn't try to ascribe someone else's death to Billy Mitchell, he seems to do okay, you know? I like it. I kind of like it. And besides, he puts good music in the background. So I really, 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 really want to watch this. Metatron apparently got blocked by Destiny, which is funny because... Anyways, I can't help myself. I used to watch 1,000 Ways to Die when I was little, itty bitty little, and sitting on my mom's knee, and well, she'd let me watch the most egregious shit in the world. Well, actually, she didn't let me watch this. She kept me watching Hercule Poirot and Columbo. I just kind of snuck off and watched 1,000 Ways to Die when I was at my grandmother's house, honestly. I don't really know what's wrong with me, but I kind of like doing it. Also, isn't Billy Mitchell that guy who got really good at Kong? Billy Mitchell's that guy who's still really good at Kong. Thank you very much. Respects to the king, Billy fucking Mitchell. You will pay homage to his lordship when you regard him or his hot sauce company with love and respect. Also, YouTube people, live chat, not top chat. Top chat censors the people. Live chat's pretty based. It doesn't censor the people. Hi, my dudes. Don't make me play Sneeko at you.
This is the rhythm of the
No,
night.
no.
The night. Oh yeah.
Mohammed,
The rhythm of
with
the
your
night.
hips.
Oh yeah.
Sure, but it looks like personally supervising Eurovision.
Finding it? Nope.
What?
Mohammed, with your hips.
Okay, thank you. Mohammed with your hips. You're welcome. Boner alert? I mean, sure. Anyways, there's also a rerun, the good old Abysssoft from like ages ago about like a scandal in Diablo cheating, which, you know, I mean, I do like watching when people get got for being, there's a thing in currently with Windows 11 Canary and Edge where if you like make it big, it tries to make itself wide because it hates me. It hates me. Also, I like technology. And if you think the boner in this thumbnail's bad, this one is what I want a man to do at the moment of. You can read that yourself. Anyways, I thought this sounded strange. I may or may not watch it with you, but I was scrolling through YouTube and I was like, you know, that's weird. I know who I will watch that with, but maybe I'll watch it on stream because that sounds fucking everything wrong with Fume from 7 months ago. Oh, you mean inhaling? Oh, Lori Wired has another video. I didn't remember watching The Ram is Fake and Your Moon Broke Your Time. That's 3 weeks ago? Wait a minute. Y'all, time doesn't move like time. How is this 3 weeks ago? I feel like this was 3 months ago. What, Iran wins war? Wins Eurovision? Israel from Evermore banned from Eurovision? I mean, honestly, Israel's like a pretty, Israel's pretty gay. I'm sure Israel will go and win. Like, they'll be neck to neck with Iran. Iran with their new gay, with the new gay Ayatollah, and Israel being well known as a, like, pretty gay place. I think they'll go neck to neck, honestly. I have faith. I believe in it. The children of Abraham, there's the unifying thread. They're all gay. With love and respect, Abraham had a bunch of gay babies. Not saying it's good or bad, but it damn sure seems to be the way. Thank you, Abraham. They have very good fashion sense. They dress very nicely. Anyway, shout out to Lori Wired, who probably doesn't want to be attached to anything to do with me calling Abrahamic people as a whole gay. Israel's not gay. You can't even get married there. I mean, they're still very... You couldn't get married in the States if you were gay a while ago, but that didn't stop the States from being very gay. Getting married doesn't make you more or less gay. You being gay makes you more or less gay. Ask your mother after I'm done rizzing her up. Anyways, I'm sure Lori wants to be nowhere attached to me talking about people's moms and gayness. In Cuba, you can be as gay as you want. It's actually in the Constitution. They had a referendum. I mean, you can be gay a lot of places. Some places you just don't go very far being gay, and some places you just can't get married. I guess the one that matters to me is, like, are we at least letting the gay people live, even if they don't get the liberties they want? Yeah, as long as they're alive, I'm happy. I'm kind of my Terminator there. What the fuck was I looking for? Remix Bros? Yes. Because... What? There's a remix about me? The stupid person remix? Damn, that's pretty on point. Click.
Please welcome the frontrunner for the Republican nomination for President Donald Trump.
I mean, is it really sarcasm if they have to live a life of indignity with everyone else?
I would like for you to answer the question.
Okay, it's very simple to answer.
That's why I asked it.
It's very simple to, you're a nasty person, I'll tell you. Stupid person, you're not stupid at all, but you perhaps are. Stupid person, you're not stupid at all, but you perhaps are.
Why should Americans put you back in the White House?
Most people understand what happened. That was a rigged election.
It was not a rigged election.
Are you ready? Can I talk? Let's keep it interesting, right?
Do you have any regrets about your actions on January 6th?
I wasn't involved in it very much. I was asked to come in when I make a speech.
Why did you wait 3 hours to tell them to leave?
I made a video. Go home. We love you. You're very special. It was a beautiful video. See what happened? You see the way others are treated. Go home. It said, you have to go home now. Go home in peace. You have to go home now. Very special. They thought the election was rigged. We love you. It was a beautiful video. You're not stupid at all, but you perhaps are. Stupid person. You're not stupid at all, but you perhaps are. Stupid person. You're not stupid at all, but you perhaps are.
Manhattan jury found that you sexually abused the writer E. Jean Carroll and defamed her.
This woman, I don't know her. I never met her. I have no idea who she is. I had a picture taken years ago with her and her husband, nice guy John Johnson. He was a newscaster.
You defended the comments that you made on that Access Hollywood tape about being able to grab women.
Brother pussy. For a million years, this is the way it's been. Vagina. I said it's been true for 1 million years. Brother pussy. Approximately a million years. Vagina. Perhaps a little bit longer than that. I never met this woman. I never saw this woman. Unless somebody's very stupid, and I know you very well, you're not stupid at all, but you perhaps are. Stupid person, you're not stupid at all, but you perhaps are. Stupid person, you're not stupid at all, but you perhaps are.
Now listen, if you have not subscribed to...
Are we sure that song's not about me? Because I'm kind of a stupid person. You want a banger track with no video? Kinda. Actually, kinda. Let me snatch that up here. To the Shadow Realm. RX nephew. What happens in this? Definitely. Okay, give me a minute. We're gonna settle into Stellar Blade. I'm gonna drag you through something, and that'll be the much-needed reprieve everyone needs in a few. Thank you very much. You just saved everyone from me clicking over to this. I need to order these, huh? I want to see Metatron get mad that Destiny blocked him. Anyways, before we get started... Hello, you absolute legends! Karl, JJ gave his job to his wife, Obst. I mean, at least his wife owns the shit. I mean, that's a nice thing you can get in Australia. Just, like, give everything to your spouse. Fuck. I'd give everything to my spouse if I was in Australia. The next thing I'd do after that was go be an asshole online. 2 hours straight, just being an asshole. Non-stop. Fuck yeah. Nothing bad can happen. It's all safe then. Every bit of it. All safe. All the time. Brought to you as bullshit. Anyways. Hi, my dudes. You're gonna come with me on an amazing adventure.
Absolute legend.
Also, really cool thing I gave myself. I made it easier to like nest the screen of what we're watching out of the way of me gaming a teensy bit. So we're gonna see if that works out worth anything or not at all. Wait, what? Oh, I have to get rid of it, then bring it back, then I can put it up here? That works for me. That works on my machine. That's good enough. So this will be Karl JJ Ops. If you want to support him in his other endeavors so he can continue paying Billy Mitchell, thank fuck because he ought to, after defaming Mr. Billy Mitchell, you know, our king in Kong, then you might want to go to his channel, find a video you like, and honestly, he does a good fucking job on a lot of shit when he actually researches it instead of just trusting Reddit to tell him where his dick goes. If you find one where he's actually done good research, you might find an outstanding video, so highly recommend you go find that Dark Souls video where at the end of it he admits that he was defaming Billy Mitchell. I mean, sorry, go find a video on his channel. If you like it, give it a like. If you don't, don't. But it works way better than some dumb bitch streamer telling you to go to someone's channel, like the video, and leave after a second, which does hurt their retention. So if you want to help the man out, that's how you help the man out, because Lord knows he needs to pay Billy Mitchell. You ever played Demon Soul? Fuck no, I want to. Oh, so badly. You don't follow Karl your mom told you not to in high school when you became friends with a girl named Karl? She said you shouldn't hang out with. She was right. Yeah. I mean, I know a few nice... Honestly, that's like, I feel the same about Jerry's. I know a lot of Jerry's. And the same with Courtney's. Jerry's, Courtney's, Karl's, honestly. No, this is not discrimination. This is pattern identification. And you can't call me prejudiced for it, because it's just utilizing my favorite part of my noggin, the part that identifies patterns, both complex and discrete ones, over periods of time. So Karl's, Courtney's, Jerry's, definitely Jerry's. Honestly, if Lori Wild is a good indicator, like, Lori's seems safe and reasonable. I think most women with E names are probably safe. And because we're playing Stellar Blade, so that's Eve, so you're good there. If I look at iDubbbz's relationship, Anissa's are all a bunch of conniving whores. I don't know for certain about all of them, but I know that there's at least one in the mix that gives them all a bunch of fucking slack, and a bunch of fucking shade, rather. So I don't know. I don't really know. But I think it is probably wise to, like, be cautious around, like, Karl's, Courtney's, and definitely Jerry's. I've not met me one good Jerry in my life. It's not like I can look at a Jerry and be like, that's one of the good ones. Because I can't. Because there aren't any. I think. This is not financial advice.
Legends. In February of 2026, more than 30 years after being released,
Ian's or take one, give one? Yeah, probably. I mean, if anything, Ian's might be a bunch of fucking subservient moldable dudes that are quite soft at the core, but you can either mold them into being a fucking absolute fucking piece of shit or a reasonable dude. Honest to Bob, I know one patch. That's like, I think, you know, patches are safe. Patch your Linux distros, patch your fucking life, get a patch. Works out better.
On the Super Nintendo, MegaMan X2 was finally broken. For the past decade, there had been a holy grail of X2 speedrunning.
I think our takeaway should be that most dude names are safe, and much like every message in Dark Souls 2, beware, woman. I think that's what we can take away from this, right? By the way.
Look out the window! It's Earth! Wow! It's amazing how blue Earth looks from space. But when you're down there, it's all grey or wasteland.
Yes, though on Earth, when the sun is shining, space looks blue too. But when you're up here, It's darkness in all directions.
Oh, that's... It's Lily on the camera. Lily's just a sweet gal. We trust her. She's off to the side. She's got this. Lily's pretty cool. So I heard they put 2B inside of, fuck, what's that game?
Oh, it stopped again! And we almost made it to the central core, too.
Don't worry. There must be another way up.
Overwatch, right? Yeah, they put 2B inside Overwatch, and fucking what they did done was you have your fucking little lovely pod friend sticking out by your head constantly, so you get snipped constantly. That's dope.
Idea that, if it were possible, would completely change the way the game was played. The concept of Mega Man X2 is relatively simple. There are 8 standard bosses called Mavericks, located in 8 stages. Whenever you defeat a Maverick, you gain its special ability, allowing you to use it for the rest of the playthrough. When you do play through the game, you have the freedom to play each stage in any order you wish. So if you feel as though one special ability is more useful to attain...
So, hi. My favorite thing about Andro Eidos are no need for air. So most of the colony can be worked on by Andro Eidos, just like chilling in space, which I think is remarkably cool. And Mother Sphere lies and tells them all that they're like, you know, cyborgs, when that's not the case. But Mother Sphere is a liar, so whatever. No one's really surprised. Surprised? Am I like fucking up? Bruh. Oh, wait, no. There? What? Do I need to shoot this? So we're gonna be on a gambit of watching people that like their speedruns, like they like their women. I don't know what that's supposed to mean, I'm just saying it because I can and you can't stop me.
And first, you can play that stage immediately.
Are there cyborgs or androids? So that's the thing. Some of the like apparent lore would indicate that they're all androids, but if you read it with like enough ambiguity, you might find yourself believing that Mother Sphere like rescued some like Homo sapiens and Andro Eidos off of Earth. And here's the real twist, right? There's nothing to suggest that Mother Sphere didn't also save Homo sapiens, but a lot of the on-Earth Eidos Corporation was like pretty hateful to Andro Eidos, writing shit on the walls, like no Earth for machines, etc. You start to get the feeling that unless you're like made of meat, they just hate you vehemently, which seems to honestly be the take, right? Like the whole company just seems to hate. It's just fucking gnarly. Like there was a nice world with Andro Eidos and Homo sapien chilling for a little bit, but then you have dickheads, like the dickhead written about in, which one is it? In journals like DB3725, where Shadow doesn't give a fuck about letting the Andro Eidos even gets to say, don't touch me like that. And little shithead just takes advantage of Lily, the child Andro Eidos. So you find yourself with a world where like there's this big discrepancy between like the kind of ethical consideration that Andro Eidos is given and the kind where like Homo sapiens are given, and it's just nasty, you know? It's just fucking nasty. So it looks like maybe, just maybe, like Homo sapiens did keep on, but in addition to that, Mother Sphere might have decided that like a large swath of them were kind of unmanageable and not worth it. Which, again, after that Lily story pops up in there, Yeah, I definitely took Mother Sphere's side. Like, that was the instant I decided Mother Sphere was right. And, you know, the genocide of Homo sapiens seemed like a good idea. Up until then, I was like, I mean, you could have done a nicer job and not hurt people. As soon as I read that part, I was all for it. Like, oh wait, they took advantage of that kid? Alright, yeah, just get rid of them all. Fuck it. We're done. Axe them. Fuck it. I gotta ask them a question. Do they like their existence with coconut creamer or with nil?
Leads to many different paths you can take to give you different experiences. After beating the Mavericks of all of the original 8 stages, you can then begin the final stage of the game. The final phase consists of 4 X-Hunter stages. The first 3 X-Hunter stages contains the 3 main antagonists of the game called the X-Hunters. Then you must enter the 4th X-Hunter stage, where you must re-battle each of the original 8 Mavericks. And then to complete—
Oh, sorry, you said those jeans are too tight to have jiggle physics? Have you ever seen somebody walk? Like, I'm pretty sure this is like reasonable walk, right? Like, also, keep in mind that like Andro Eidos aren't like, you know, built from the same musculature, but I kind of get the vibe that they grow up in water, right? Like, at the colony, they start off in water. I'm pretty sure this is actually in the lore. They start off in water in the colony.
Lily,
you know, kind of like how Homo sapien births happen. Except for longer.
I'm still not picking up a signal. It's like there's some kind of invisible barrier between this place and the colony. It's highly likely that the Alpha Nativa at the top is responsible for this.
Yeah. I'll bet that's why communications from Earth to the colony were impossible. Meaning, if we could get rid of it, we'd save ourselves a lot of trouble.
Complete the game, you must enter the final stage, where you face off against Sigma, the final boss. But here is what's interesting. While it is required that you beat all 8 original stages and go through the 4 X-Hunter stages of the final phase to reach the final boss, there is something special about the very last level. It's not actually unique. In reality, it's the same as one of the 8 original stages, called the Central Computer Stage. This is where the game's final adversary, Sigma, retreats to at the end of the game. Though when you play the stage for the first time, you can't reach the final boss area because his hideout is situated below this floor, which cannot be destroyed. It is only at the very end of the game, when you revisit the stage, that your new ally Zero uses his power to destroy the floor, granting you access. For the past 10 years, it has been known for a fact that if you could somehow find a way through this floor while playing the original stage, you would reach the final boss area, and he would be there waiting for you. But the harsh reality is that nobody could find a way to do it. That is, of course, until now. Out of seemingly nowhere, someone who wasn't even part of—
I'm so sorry. This, like, latent thought just boiled up from the core of me. I just need to scream something vulgar and foul. I like my life like I like my souls like games. Remarkably difficult and unknowingly unmanageable. Oh, is she gonna go... Wait, is she gonna get goo in her pink hair? I don't know, maybe. We can change it. Oh, not in combat. Oops. You're coming with me for some bullshit. Oh, it's peaking like a motherfucker. I'm so sorry. I just noticed the depth of our bullshit. Anyways, you're coming with me for a second. I need to get used to this fight. Karl can hold on with his preamble about MegaMan. Ooh, a sword! Made of fuck knows what. I need to box them in against the wall so I don't have to worry about them walking. Cheese! We're gonna cheese it. We're gonna cheese it down. Fuck if I care. Fuck it, y'all. We're going home. And how did she not get goo in her hair? Easy. She's Eve. She probably has electromagnetic decontamination bullshit going on. We don't know. But I want to see what the next phase is like. So we're just gonna cheese this dude down a little bit. I don't know if there's another phase, but I need to know. Oof. I'm gonna hit the WB pump if I have one. Nope. Good enough. The weave! I ended up hitting guard way too early. Alright, give me one more run, I'll put Karl back on. I need to kind of weasel into how I'm gonna do this. Did I not touch this? Why is there a glowing thing near the corpse? Are they handless? Do they lose their hands? Oh shit, they have no hands. That's funny. Weird. Whatever. Bug it. Ooh, actually, we can probably buy a WB pump here. Yeah. Just one. That's all we need. Good enough. Okay, so I'm expecting that we just caught 3 phases, right? Oh wait, damn sorry. Bob and weave? Why sorry? Oop, shit, I shouldn't have sprung that. That might have been actually really helpful. We'll be fine. We just gotta win. In the words of Squirrely Dan.
Did we make it?
What I appreciate's about yous. I like my wife like I like my Dark Souls 2 runs. A little bit arduous.
Strong electromagnetic
definitely
field
fun.
this place.
I see. All that pain. I'll put an end to it.
Okay, give me a sec to get into it. Then we'll go back to Karl. Walk closer. Ah! I start my aerial combo a little too early. Oh, criminy. Drano ain't strong enough for whatever's in there? Yeah? I mean, I'm sure if we give it a Tide Pod or two, we'll be fine. I'm just trying to fight the boss legit, not with Tide Pods, you know? I'm sure if I just gave them a single Tide Pod, the fight would be instantly over. But Drano, too easy. Tide Pods, it's like cheating. I want to fight them. Not get it easy. I want to get it good. Skip the cutscene? I'll give it back to you when I die again, I promise.
I'll put an end to it.
Oh? Did I fucked my combo, but we didn't die, but I should've. Nice. Hold on. There you go. Hear the game be loud. Okay, there. I got it. That's my own fault. Whatever. Okay, back to Karl for us while I work into this. Until these Dark Souls reflexes not paying off. I mean, tell that to all the people that say that Stellar Blade's too easy. Tell them to actually play it on the right difficulty.
Of the speedrunning community discovered a brand new glitch that has not only broken the game wide open in numerous ways, but has allowed speedrunners to finally brute force their way through this flaw much earlier, allowing them to skip almost the entire game. The previous world record before this new glitch was discovered was over 30 minutes long, and now runners can beat the game in a mere 8 minutes. Not only is this one of the most game-breaking glitches in Mega Man history,
I didn't mean to skip, I was trying to flirt with the skip button, not actually suppress it all the way.
But the story of its discovery is extremely fascinating. I really hope you enjoy. Now legends, I come to you once again to talk about an amazing mobile game, Urban Heat. You know me, I'm a busy man. I work hard, I have a family. I need my mobile games to be something I can jump straight into and have a blast while I get some downtime. And Urban Heat is exactly that. Urban Heat is a team-based multiplayer FPS with RPG-like aggression, which gives it that extra complexity that sets it apart from other mindless shooters. I gotta be honest, I'm not a professional gamer, but the most important thing for me is having fun. And Urban Heat places my head when I want to chill out and play a casual game while I'm taking a break or doing my business, if you catch my drift. The graphics and design are top tier, I really dig the style, and there is a ton to customize in your characters, weapons, and abilities. On top of that, there are also daily and weekly missions that allow you to earn resources to strengthen your kit. There are a ton of badass characters to choose from, with mine being the old faithful El Comodine, and they all fit perfectly within the 2000s LA vibe. But most importantly, the game just feels good to play. Urban Heat is completely free to download, and if you use my link in the description or scan the QR code on screen, you'll get a sick assault rifle with some upgrades and some in-game cash worth over $30. Definitely check it out. Players have always known that the central computer stage is both one of the original 8 Maverick stages and the final stage. After the X-Hunter Fortress is destroyed near the end of the game, this is where the final boss, Sigma, retreats to. However, the way the level plays out is vastly different. When you run through the original stage, you reach the first sub-boss called Chop Register. After this battle, you continue to the right, execute some rather challenging platforming until you reach the second sub-boss, Raid Killer. Then after this, you make your way to the stage's main boss, Magna Centipede, after which you receive the Magnet Mine. Once you've completed all of the 8 original Maverick stages, the X-Hunter stages become available, and after completing them, you head back to the central computer stage to face Sigma. Though this time, when you reach the room where you originally fought the first sub-boss, Chop Register, Sigma now appears alongside Zero. After defeating Zero, he will break open the floor, allowing you to jump down to fight Sigma and complete the game. While it was always assumed these stages were the same, as they are the same in the lore of the game, it wasn't always obvious that the final boss was lurking below when you played through the stage for the first time. as you can't see down below the floor to check, nor can you get through the floor to actually test it. It wasn't entirely possible that this final boss section simply didn't exist in the original level, and the final level was just a recreated second version with that extra inclusion. However, in 2017, this was verified by Miria, who stated in Discord that by hacking the game to get through the floor, Sigma does lie below, and if you beat him, the game will finish. This is clearly a massive discovery and theoretically opens the door to a massive skip. But these types of discoveries happen all the time. There are plenty of games where we know if we could skip through a barrier, a lot of time could be saved, though most of the time it's simply impossible. But on rare occasions, it is possible. One of the most famous barrier skips of all time occurred in Zelda Wind Waker HD. There was a literal barrier blocking access to the end of the game, and if only you could get through, you could skip most of the game and save hours on the any percent speedrun. And after years of effort and theory crafting, a barrier skip was finally found in 2017.
Guys, I did it! 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 I did barrier skip!
Mega Man 2, on the other hand, is a relatively simple game, and it's hard to imagine how you could fall through a solid floor with the tools available. In 2024, the Mega Man X series YouTuber SharryVanX again demonstrated that by using a hex editor to clip through the floor, he could reach Sigma earlier. And while it's probably translated by YouTube, the title of the video simply says, "Find out how to do this without cheats and be the new world record of Mega Man X2. Though despite the fact that it was known that Sigma lay below, throughout the years, whenever people brought up the idea of getting to Sigma early, it was brushed aside as simply impossible. In 2020, when pondering if X2 had any potential new skips, a runner proclaimed, "I guess in theory there's this whole getting to Sigma from the centipede stage thing, LOL, but obviously that's just silly stuff." Well, as silly as it seemed at the time, a full 6 years later, a major breakthrough occurred. And it came from a place that no one could have possibly predicted. On the 6th of February 2026, the YouTube channel Firecate Mario uploaded a video to YouTube titled Mega Man X2 finished in 10 minutes tool-assisted speedrun. This run beat the...
Oh, yeah, I broke the sound stuff. I'm so sorry. I have all the files still. I just kind of fucked around, and when I was like re-OSing Windows, which that part's fine. Usually I can do that and like retain a lot of my nonsense, but what I had did was the biggest fuck up. So the biggest fuck up in the world, StreamerBot's database got corrupted, not because of like anything that you'd reasonably expect. I think just a version changed or me abruptly stopping it prior, and I didn't notice for like 2 weeks. And then I just haven't put anything back. I'm so sorry. I will get right on it. I'll make it up to you. Dearly, I will.
World record by over 20 minutes. So this is a pretty crazy title. And sure enough, the way Firecate Mario was able to shave off 20 whole minutes from the world record is by finding a way to clip through the floor on the central computer stage. The question is how? Firecate Mario is not a speedrunner, and he doesn't even specialize in Mega Man. A quick glance at his YouTube channel shows that he re-uploads a whole host of videos for different games, showing off random glitches and tool-assisted speedruns. And this is clearly a passion project, because as of 2026, despite uploading over 100 videos, he only had around 60 YouTube subscribers. But nonetheless, while playing through Mega Man X2, he uncovered a brand new glitch that no one in the speedrunning community had ever found that would change everything. And he called this glitch the Crystal Storage Glitch. As I mentioned previously, whenever you beat one of the 8 Mavericks, you acquire a new weapon. And when you beat the Crystal Snail on the Anagen Crystal stage, you acquire the Crystal Hunter weapon. Using its basic function, the Crystal Hunter weapon shoots projectiles that freezes enemies, allowing you to use them as platforms, or you could simply smash them to pieces while frozen to kill them instantly. But when you charge the weapon for just over 2 seconds, you are able to unleash its secondary ability, which slows down time for around 8 seconds. It's possible this ability has some fringe benefit when you want to avoid a tricky attack by a boss, but otherwise it's seen as pretty useless. In speedruns especially, this secondary ability is basically the worst thing you could do. We want to go fast, not slow, so slowing the game down has never really had any utility. But it's important to point out that when you unleash the charged weapon, it freezes X into place for around 3 seconds. And if you were in the middle of an animation when you freeze, the game stores that animation, and then once you unfreeze, the game continues the animation you are currently in. And this is the weapon that has led to this game-breaking discovery. Because what Fire Cape Mario realized is that if he picked up an ammo drop or a health drop at the same frame that he unleashed the Crystal Hunter charged ability, something strange happened. He found that instead of the game freezing X for 3 seconds as it normally does, he could begin to move around much earlier. So let's unpack what is going on. Whenever you pick up ammo or health, it will also freeze X into place until your ammo or health is restored, after which time you unfreeze and can move again. However, this period is normally very short, especially if you are already nearly full of ammo or health. When you pick up health, for instance, the game will set you into a freeze state, at which time you obviously freeze. Then once your health is replenished by the health pickup, it will change your state back to normal, at which time you can now move around.
Is it just me, or does this sound bonkers fun? Storing an animation with fucking crystal weapon. I'm not a MegaMan person generally. Like, one of my dear friends is. Like, he always goes to MagFest. Dope. But like, I'm a very just leave me to my fucking games with swords person. Not to harsh on anything else.
The same also applies to ammo. And here is where the magic of unleashing the charged Crystal Hunter weapon and picking up a health or ammo drop at the same time comes into play. Both mechanics freeze X into place by changing his state to freeze, and both mechanics do it on the exact same frame. This is clear.
Okay, hold on. No, this corpse just drops back down when I respawn. We just saw it, right? It's still handless. But this other airborne squad member's corpse, they just bounce. Like, what the fuck? Their hands just fell down. I saw it happen. We're gonna watch it when I respawn. I'm just gonna make myself respawn. Fuck this. This thing's funny. Boop! No. Respawn. Maybe I have to go further for it to do it. Mother of fucking... I'm not walking back up there. I'm just main menuing and coming back. Wait, it said saved. Oh no, I have to walk back up. No! No!
The Crystal Hunter weapon has a timer that automatically reverts your state after 3 seconds, and then after which, time is slowed down for 8 seconds. But because you also picked up health or ammo, they also have the ability to revert your frozen state, which happens when your health or ammo is replenished. And this happens much faster than 3 seconds. So what ultimately happens is that while the Crystal Hunter weapon sets a 3-second timer to unfreeze you, the health or ammo pickup reverts that state much earlier. So now for the rest of those 3 seconds, you can move around as normal. And here is where things get funky. Whenever you're frozen, the game keeps track of whatever action you were doing at the moment the freeze happened. And then when you're eventually unfrozen, it resumes that action. So for example, if you are dashing while you begin a freeze, once you unfreeze you continue dashing. Generally this normally never causes any issues, because if you're frozen in a specific animation, when you unfreeze, it's very easy to simply resume that same animation because you're already in it. This just makes logical sense. But when you've been prematurely unfrozen by picking up a health drop, and then a couple of seconds later the Crystal Hunter weapon tries to unfreeze you again, this is where the game has the potential to break. Because now you don't have to be in that same animation. With the ability to move around as normal, you can choose to be in whatever animation you want. So let's apply this to Fire Cape Mario's new glitch. First, he kills Chop Register near the wall on the right.
I am like so very glad. I'm being a bit preemptive here. I'm hoping he continues actually breaking down mechanics. Like, again, as long as he's not like going off trying to defame Billy Mitchell, he does a good job. I want to see him keep breaking down mechanics in video games. He shines at it, like, really fucking well. Alright, we're back.
We did. But there's a strong electromagnetic field surrounding this place. It feels just like the eye of a hurricane. Over there! My goodness!
What did
You're welcome.
What have you done to yourself?
I know that sounds supposed to hurt.
I see all that pain. I'll put an end to it.
Out of the screen. He then charges the Crystal Hunter weapon. As Chop Register dies, he drops an item which can be health or ammo. So what Fire Cape Mario
I was too busy working audio back. Oops.
Did is he jumped into the air as the item was dropped, and then wall kicked into the item. However, on the very last frame...
Also, here, this is just so you don't forget. Everything in the game jiggles. Do you see the cable? Do you know how seldom we get, like, electrical conduits that jiggle in a game? You see this? Okay, exactly. Just imagine the whole game takes place underwater. That makes Stellar Blade make a lot more sense. Whole game underwater. Still, to be fair, this whole game could have taken place in Aqueous Solution, in a simulation, by Mother Sphere. That's all I have to say about this. Okay, cool.
Frame before picking up the health drop, he released the Crystal Hunter charge. This means that on the next frame, when he picks up the item, he has been frozen in place by both the item he just picked up and the Crystal Hunter weapon. And both of these happened while he was still in his wall and frozen in place by both, and then wall kicked animation. With the ability to move around as normal, you can choose to be in whatever animation you want. So let's apply this to Fire Cape Mario's new glitch. First, he kills Chop Register near the wall on the right of the screen. He then charges the Crystal Hunter weapon. As Chop Register dies, he drops an item which can be health or ammo. So what Fire Cape Mario did is he jumped into the air as the item was dropped, and then wall kicked into the item. However, on the very last frame before picking up the health drop, he released the Crystal Hunter charge. This means that on the next frame, when he picks up the item, he has been frozen in place by both the item he just picked up and the Crystal Hunter weapon. And both of these happened while he was still in his wall kick animation. In the case of the freeze caused by the health item drop, this didn't last very long, and unfroze X shortly thereafter, allowing him to move. And if X just stood in place and did nothing at the end of those 3 seconds, the game would be able to easily finish that animation and nothing interesting would happen. But what if he were in the middle of a different animation that inhibited the ability of X to resume the wall kick animation he was in when he released the Crystal Hunter charge? For example, what if he jumped into the air and was currently in mid-air when those 3 seconds ran out and the game tried to finish his wall kick animation? Well, it wouldn't be able to. So what ends up happening is that X gets stuck in the animation he was currently in, which in this case was the falling animation. And also, as a coincidental, unintended side effect of not being able to complete the wall kick animation, he also retained all of the properties of the wall kick. And one of the amazing properties of a wall kick is that there is no downward speed cap. This means that if you keep building speed downwards, you can reach so much speed that you can pass straight through the floor in a single frame. And if this is sounding familiar, yes, it's exactly like backwards long jumps in Super Mario 64. The programmers never bothered to cap backwards speed during a long jump because they didn't expect people to use them to go backwards. And in Mega Man X2,
I was already charging, so I really didn't have the best option that I'm aware of to cancel my charge to get out of that, which I probably could have just tried letting go. Hold on. Okay, kind of. It kind of does it. No, it's... Hold on. I want beta type, right? Judgment for more tacky stunt. Actually, no. We're going back to our usual. Beta trance. And... Where's our other one? Our burst trance type. Yeah. Max burst goes up. Attack power. Burst skill attack goes up. Recharges burst. Yes. Yes. Just more counters more often.
There is no downward speed cap during wall kicks because when you do a wall kick, you go up. So the programmers never programmed a hard downward speed cap for that animation. So what ends up happening is that after 3 seconds, the Crystal Hunter weapon activates and tries to restore X's wall kick animation, which is the animation he was doing when he released the charge. But because he was given the ability to move around and jump into the air just before this happened, and is already in a falling animation, X can't do this. So he gets stuck in a falling animation, while keeping the properties of a wall kick, which has no downward speed cap. This means that because X continues to fall downwards, he keeps building downward speed, until he reaches so much speed that he can pass straight through the floor in a single frame, just like they do in Super Mario 64. The only problem now is that X has built up so much speed that if you do nothing, you simply die, because the camera cannot keep up with X's speed and he simply goes out of bounds. However, in another extraordinary coincidence, there is a vertical wall just below the floor you pass through that you can use to wall kick off just before you die, thus resolving the wall kick animation and resetting your state back to a normal falling state. And a normal falling state does have a safe terminal velocity. This allows X to safely fall down to the final boss. So, using this glitch, runners can now reach the end of the game in less than 10 minutes. But the glitch still does require some setup. So let's examine how the route currently looks today. In order to execute the crystal storage glitch, you need 2 items: the Crystal Hunter weapon and the arm upgrade that allows you to charge that weapon. That's it. Those are the only 2 upgrades you need. So with that in mind, players must first collect the Crystal Hunter weapon from the Crystal Snail in the Anagen Crystal stage. Then they must go to the dinosaur tank stage to collect the arm upgrade. With these 2 items acquired, we can then go to the central computer stage and face off against Drop Register. Admittedly, this fight is a bit tricky, because we need to lure him to the right wall before we kill him, so that when he drops an item, we can perform a wall kick as we release the Crystal Hunter charge and pick up the item. But at the end of the day, because the run is so short, it really doesn't require a large amount of precision or luck. And you can use pause buffering to make sure the timing of the pickup and the release of the charge is just right. The Sigma fights, on the other hand, become considerably harder, though newer strategies have now been developed to make him a bit easier. Remember, before the new glitch, players were going through the entire game, so they were much more powerful than they are now. In order to make the initial clip a lot more consistent, the runner Darko posted an alternate method, which involves first getting the strike chain from Wire Sponge in the weather control stage. This method allows you to kill Chop Register immediately, and then use the strike chain to pull a nearby health pickup onto the wall instead, which does remove a lot of the luck necessary from the Chop Register fight. But having to complete another full stage to get the strike chain does result in a loss of time. A mere 2 days later after the new strategy was discovered, the runner Geo was the first person to put it all together into a run to absolutely smash the world record, achieving a 13:07.
Yo, GG, buddy.
Okay, well that was so bad, but it's fine.
This used the strike chain version for the increased consistency, and for the first few days after that, Geo and Trogdor would whittle the record down to just over 10 minutes. But it wasn't until the strike chain strategy was abandoned completely that the record finally went below 10 minutes with a run of 9:33 by Gamio. From this point, multiple runners including Trogdor, Gamio, and Tiki would continue to optimize the run, until current day, where Tiki now holds the record at 8 minutes and 30 seconds, a full 24 minutes faster than it was just a month ago. This new glitch is honestly really amazing, and it's always incredible when such groundbreaking discoveries are found so many decades.
Like, 2 of our whole hits got entirely nuked out by their animation transition. That's fine. It's good to know, but lol.
After a game's release. The crystal storage glitch also has a ton of other weird and wonderful effects that it can produce depending on which animations you start and end the glitch with, but of course the one that we spoke of today is by far the most impactful. And the craziest thing of all is that this was found by a relative nobody who isn't even part of the speedrunning community, which I think is beautiful. So a massive congratulations and credit to Fire Cape Mario for finding
the music's so solid. All of it. The whole Stellar Blade. The music is amazeballs, bro.
There's no core.
Behind you!
She was so surprised. There's no core.
Eve! Eve! Oh my! Over there!
That's the real Alpha.
We're in low orbit, so gravity is still an issue. At this rate...
We can't just leave the Alpha Natiba here. Lily, use all my body cell power to overcharge the railgun.
What? But there's no way you'll survive!
It's okay. This is what I was born to do. Lily, please!
This is all too much for me! My Body cell connected. Full power overcharge ready. Infinity body cell connect. It's charging right now. Charging complete.
Lily, my attack was blocked. Find a way to open its eye again.
I'm analyzing it now. I've got it. The eyes on its side are connected to the nerve system. A direct hit. It looks like it's losing nerve connection.
Just one more left. This is it. The last one.
Eve, your body cell is empty.
That's a respectable gal, willing to be ended for the prospect of giving others a better fucking day. That's why I respect this gal. That's why I like her.
I can't get to the core.
All of Eve's memories. Oh no, not Eve's memories, everyone else's memories.
So sorry.
She tried.
It's a signal from the colony. Please hang in there. I sent out an SOS to the colony. Please, somebody, anybody, we need help!
And that's that colonial fast responder shit. We respect the colony here. Mother Sphere doesn't let anybody fucking down unless she does, in which case she does, but that's different. And for everyone who played Nier,
thank you.
This feels a lot like the start of Automata, doesn't it? They didn't have a way to communicate until Eve blew up the Alpha Nativa's face. Until she did that, the colony was blocked from communication with Earth.
Thank you for coming back alive.
See, that's Lily.
It was Mother Sphere.
The drone was
She
never
must have
looking at her
heard me.
ass. Lily's too sweet for that.
No, Lily. It's thanks to you. I was able to come back because of you. Thank you.
We're still not done. There's more to do. The manual can be more useful than you think. This is why I check it sometimes mid-fight. There are various items, cans, and documents everywhere.
And Adam?
I haven't had any contact with him since then. I can't even reach him through the emergency communication line. What do you think happened?
I wonder if something happened to him in Zion. Could it be?
Yes?
Nothing. Come on, we've got to hurry.
I misread hurry as come on, we're hungry. Well, she didn't think she'd live. She thought she was gonna burn up on entry. Like she already ditched them before she had any clue. She was trying to get them to the core. She thought she was gonna burn up.
Is this what Adam was talking
Just
about?
gave up.
We have to go down.
It was just by luck that the Alpha Natiba's death allowed the colony to communicate, which allowed Mother Sphere to send in the mech for support.
Eve, I'm sensing an alpha signal coming from the presence chamber.
Orko. He could be...
I'll try to do something here with the exosuit. Eve, hurry to the presence chamber.
Okay, I'm going. Be careful, Lily.
Now, the whole Earth on, like, her hair isn't keratin. Her hair is made of whatever Mother Sphere made it from. But, like, as many memories as you think she might ditch, like, there were a fuckload more memories still on Earth that just need to be taken still. And we're not even there yet. We're still at the point where, like, what's in front of us is the wealth of other memories that haven't been backed up yet. What we just passed were the few memories that she had kept. What's left is everything else. So we aren't, like, in the worst place yet. We're just in not the greatest, you know? It could be worse. But Eve didn't give up the world. Eve gave up a few. But what's left? Thousands more. Like, check it.
Come at me, you monster!
This whole room,
I have failed.
Everything else holds memories. Thousands. Thousands, if not more, sleep in Xi'an, waiting for a day they can be awake again.
You killed Taki. And now, destroying Zion. Why? What is all of this for?
Eve, you're late to the party. How does it feel to be responsible for the fall of Zion?
What? You can speak.
In spite of everything, I do wonder why he chose you instead of me. I've already proven this much, but why?
He? What are you talking about?
I also like talkies.
You're a little on the slow side. I won't let you anywhere near him. There will be nothing left of you when I'm finished.
Oops, misclick. Big misclick, big damage. Nice. Another big misclick, big damage. Nice. I'm sorry. Did our character Eve, did her ankle just twist weird? I know I had to notice, but I think her ankle just twisted weird. Deformed weird even. Alright, we're gonna go back to watching Karl in a sec too. Let's see if we can push them to a different phase and get a really quick peek. What?
This historic glitch. In his own explanation video, he said that one of his biggest dreams has always been to revolutionize speedrunning, and I think we can all agree that his stunning new discovery has done exactly that. A massive thanks to Trials for helping me learn about the game, and
can we just nickname this one boss Yardbird? My dad would always call every chicken a Yardbird. Can we nickname them Yardbird? I'm gonna nickname this boss Yardbird. Thank you.
The details of the new glitch, and also providing a ton of footage. So please make sure to go and send him some appreciation. Thank you so much for watching, you legends. I hope you're having a fantastic day, and I will see you in the next video.
I guess I really do pause Karl at like the worst times, huh? You know what's worse about all this? I actually forgot to timestamp this man. So I'm just gonna make an estimation that I started him at like 20 minutes in the stream. And if I'm like horribly wrong, at least I didn't entirely forget to do it. But we'll live. Also, I'm gonna like die in this run really fast and take a tinkle, then be right back. And we're gonna watch why Metatron got blocked by Destiny. I have my assumptions, but my assumptions are really cruel, so I'm just gonna watch it first. My assumptions definitely don't involve a stop gooning hat, which would instantly have turned him against him. But more than likely, my other cruel assumption, that he probably told him to stop collecting CSAM. I imagine if Metatron told Destiny to stop collecting CSAM, that he blocked him.
Nigga, you like 6'8".
That's the thing you gave me. Hold on.
Thank you, Truth Sayer.
No, not that yet.
This was like the talk of the town.
Okay, this is right.
If you cut your
okay, this is here. I got a potty. Unfroze my camera with a punch. Alright, not to be a shithead, but if I don't tinkle, then I'm going to like extrude the kind of fluids that don't come out when you go through atmosphere or use borax, bleach, and otherwise. My point being, I don't want to tinkle my pants, so I'm gonna be right back. I'm going to leave you with something egregious. Have fun. Or I can leave you with me reading Ian Foot's tweets. Recently defrocked YouTube upload person with the Vodsy Vods, Ian Foot, who pops off about being a violent misogynist and wanting his daughter to be harmed because he's really inappropriate. And also, he tries to excuse dropping anti-Semitic shit. He's a butt munch with the way he chooses to treat others. He could choose to do otherwise. That would be nice. I wish he would choose to be kinder. I'd always pop off in his comments and be like, I appreciate the Ian growth arc. I appreciate watching Ian grow. I have to start from the bottom, now we're here? Okay, fine. Dramatic Ian reading. Okay, can I get my Ian mood on? How do I do that? Like, how do I get an Ian vibe on, honey? I got this. Hold on. I need to sound like Based Man at the core. Okay. I'll change the track. There's a more appropriate one for this. Hold on. With love and respect, let's get our shit together. They stopped being real with me. My life completely fell apart because no one would be real with me. I used to be amazing. I was always able to find the silver lining in any situation. I was always very resourceful, and I never ran from the light. But now I'm just a fool. Like, there? Okay, cool. It made sense to me. Clean myself up, take care of my body, take pride in my appearance, get a high-paying job. Get high. Don't forget your towel. Get a high-paying job. Don't forget your towel. That gives me freedom to work to work from wherever I want and set my own schedule. Find a woman I want to marry. Use my good looks, wealth, charm to win her over. I just wanted to be a husband and a father. Work hard, make money, have sex with my wife, raise my child, enjoy my life. I didn't want to be a hero. I didn't want to be famous. I just wanted a family. They kept accusing me of using people, being greedy, only caring about myself, being motivated by lust, being arrogant. I wanted to make money so I could afford to buy a home and provide for my family. Yeah, and to make sure that they were safe. One of the things that I hated about Selena was her lack of passion. When she was so calm. She was so calm and cold and clever and calculating and selfish and ruthless and fake. There was absolutely no passion whatsoever. I used to be a passionate person. I used to be driven and aggressive and dominant and resourceful and fearless. People trusted me and they respected me. They were honest with me. I was always welcome. Everywhere I went, I was loved. Selena, I have 3 common law relations. I have had 3 common law relationships. I wanted to leave Canada after that. I wanted to move to a country where no woman would be able to do to me what Selena had done to me, and have a fresh start. And once I was stable, let my daughter know that I still loved her and that she was always welcome. I hate Canada. I think it's an evil country. Everything about this country is structured to undermine and destroy the nuclear family. Canadians celebrate LGBTQ perverts and feminists and hookup culture. It's not a safe place for a man to start a family. Selena dragged me into court until I was bankrupt and couldn't afford a lawyer. Then she took my kid away. I was broken. I was a broken man after that. Sharon cheated on me and I lost my shit. But I wasn't ready to break up with her anyway. I was just angry at the disrespect and humiliation. You know who I really hate? Baby boomers. I fucking hate them. I was really hoping that COVID would wipe them all out. We don't support this. This is these man words. We're reading his words. God damn it. I listen to men. Don't use silence. I will idpol you about not silencing the 3% of Asmongold's audience who are women, okay? Can I express the fact that I hate homosexuals on this platform and not have it taken down? Because I do. I truly fucking hate them. I think that they are absolutely fucking disgusting, and I hate the fact that they have no choice but to be consistently reminded that they exist. Feminists hate me. The way that I see women as objects to be acquired and possessed, the fact that I want to use them for sex and produce children and to admire their beauty, but don't actually respect them as equals, they're right, of course. I do see women that way. Feminists actually like the men who treat them like whores because they aren't shamed for their selfishness. Sorry. Good old Mr. Foot saying that feminists love the men who treat them like whores.
Fantastic news, guys. Fantastic news. Like,
thank you, truth sayer.
Fantastic news, guys.
Thank you, truth sayer. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, truth, thank you, truth sayer.
This is great news, and the great news for today is that the little clown Destiny blocked me on X.
I think my freezer just like moved ice from the ice maker to the tray very loudly, and I am quite disturbed. Oh my. Actually, hold on, I think I heard a doorbell ring. I'm so sorry. Have more Ian Foot. They have incredible cognitive dissonance. They are proud and selfish and wants to be respected, but they want to be with men who don't respect women. Eventually, they become spinsters or lesbians. Shout out spinster fam, what's up? I'm over here holding it down too. What you doing? I'm just chilling. What you up to? You know who I really hate? Oh, shit me. Wrong way. Have you ever thought that you wanted to go full Punisher? I used to own Punisher comics. The thing about the Punisher was, he killed the criminals, then he destroyed their drugs and took their money and guns and information to fund his operation. When I smell food cooking, I salivate. Do homosexuals get sexually excited when they smell feces? I was pushy and domineering, and I quickly dismissed people who had no interest in what I was selling. But for me, it was not wasting time, sorry. But for me, it was about not wasting time either, for their time. The trick to sales isn't manipulating people, it's finding the right people and not wasting their time talking to the wrong people and being very driven about that. Once I found someone who had a use for what I was selling. By the time I had discovered this, by asking them the right questions, they already wanted to buy. I fucked up. I was already the top salesman everywhere I worked in sales. Do you want to know the key to my success? I didn't try to manipulate people. Once I found something, okay, the trick to sales isn't manipulating people, blah blah blah. Fuck this one. I'm new to this platform. I wake up at 5 in the morning, I go for a walk, I get some sunlight in my eyes. When I get home, I throw instant coffee, sugar, salt, creatine monohydrate into the thermos with some cold water, and I work out on a pull-up bar. Grated a huge potato and washed the starch off and squeezed it dry and let it dry. Added a pound of ground chicken, half a can of beans, half can of corn, and 3 eggs, and mixed it all thoroughly. Made thin patties and then fried them crispy in oil. Tasty. I want Chopper to sing a song to me, and I will say, is someone here not a Yank that can help me? Okay, cool. I hate the global warming narrative. Back to reading This Man Who We Disavow. Don't ban me, I'm a butthole. Wait, that's not a good reason. Don't ban me, I smile. Okay, cool. I hate the global warming narrative. My perspective is unique. Global warming is happening. It's inevitable. Right now, land that was once permafrost desert is now turning into swamps and forests and grasslands, and we are not controlling what plants grow there, which means that we will have to dig them out later. That's not good. We need to start creating designer ecosystems now. When I think of that prancing, blackface wearing, learning disabled cuckold Justin Trudeau, let's get the flow. All right, here we go. When I think of that prancing, blackface wearing, learning disabled cuckold Justin Trudeau destroying our energy sector and destroying our pipeline projects and apologizing for Greta Thunder, a high schooler, Greta Thunder. Did he actually just type thunder? A high school dropout with autism and OCD. It makes me fucking sick. I used to be a very driven man. I thought fast, I talked fast, I moved fast. I was resourceful, I was brilliant, I got shit done. People like me, they trusted me, they respected me. And then I was targeted, and my life was completely destroyed. I have all these ideas in my head, wonderful plans of how I was going to organize people and how I was going to do so. And then I would save the world. The truth is, all I feel is hatred. Just as dull, sullen, powerless hatred for everyone and everything. I don't experience any other emotions. I hate feminists. I have fond memories of my friend Les's mom. She hated feminists too. She was a housewife and a mother. Her first priority was her husband and her sons. She took care of all the domestic responsibilities. She also ran her own business out of her own home office. She was a travel agent. She had enough loyal clients who traveled with enough regularity that she didn't need to look for new clients anymore. She hated feminists. She hated feminists because they had contempt for what she considered the most important thing in the world. They were always in public sphere trying to make themselves seem superior to her and trying to change the roles and serve them instead of her. To VHS? What's VHS? I'm pretty loser, I don't do much. When I said, gosh, am I really going the right way? I don't even know, my gosh. Oh my gosh, were we here? When I said I was looking for a wife, I was not looking for a partner. I was brilliant and driven and resourceful and looking. Okay, so sorry. My lovely sheriff's department was at the door. They needed something. I was as helpful as I could be. And oh my gosh, I fucking love mine. Like, okay, they fill in for social services all the fucking time. They work their asses off. They're fucking astonishing. I know a lot of people in the States like bitching about their local police, but that's always very hyper local. You could literally just hire better mayors. Anyways, mine are astonishing, and I fucking love them. Looking for taking on huge responsibilities and making a lot of money and under a lot of stress. Put yourself in my shoes. What do you think I wanted? I wanted my future wife to help me stay in the zone. I thought this said torture. I read this as I wanted to torture my wife for a moment, and I'm like, whoa. And I'm like, whoa. But honestly, like, if you hate yours, I mean, I don't know, hire better ones. You're the voting populace. Go canvas to get someone in that will hire better ones. Mine fill in for social services, and they work really fucking hard, and they're super fucking sweet. But that, again, it's always a very local thing.
What a start, ladies and gentlemen. Here
I gotta
we
email
have
them
it.
back later.
Yeah,
I can't
because
forget.
I was gonna quote him in one of his nonsense posts, but no, I'm like, why can I not do it? Why isn't it clickable? Oh, I wonder why. Gee, what happened? Yeah, so I think that's a badge of honor. Let's have a look at how people are reacting to it. I'm gonna check out the comments because this is hilarious. So let me see. How are people reacting to it? Let's go to recent. Let's see. We've got he's Thenthid. You guys crack me up. Pitiable. Is that a word, guys? Pitiable. Phimosis cock hates scrutiny. Goodness gracious, this guy. Look at that. This guy is inside. 30F. Who's that? Liana Rupert. I don't know who that is, but their hairstyle. You must have touched a nerve. I've zinged him relentlessly and never been blocked. I eventually blocked him to cleanse my timeline. Yeah, I wonder what it is. Hey, we've got Rachel Wilson herself. Andrew Wilson's wife. She says, imagine blocking Metatron. I guess if you want your ex feed to be like 50% less cool, but I wouldn't do it. I really appreciate that. As I said, very much appreciated. Thank you very much, Rachel. Very cool. You think you can handle it, then one day you can't. Yeah, he certainly couldn't handle the truth, could he? Do you remember when in one of the in the reaction video that he made, because I made a video about him, he reacted to it, and then I demolished him on a following react video that he never even touched with because of course my initial reaction video to him, I didn't lay out all of my strongest arguments in case he would react. So he did react to that, and he was like, and then he called me, oh, let's see what truth seeker.
Thank you.
Honestly, I would have clipped it too. Thank you, Truth Seeker.
Though he called me, oh, let's see what you...
For Rachel, Andrew doesn't lack schnizh. Is that a word for vagina?
What is that? Truth Seeker.
Thank you, Truth Sayer.
So he used that as
Truth Sayer, my bad.
an insult, which I thought was very fitting to the lying scumbag.
Thank you, Truth Sayer.
But anyways, so then I reacted to it and I objectively demolished him. He never touched it with
What's your favorite slang word for vagina?
with a glove, nothing. And but I thought it was funny that
I'll tell you my favorite slang word for knob. Hint, it's knob.
he used the Truth Seeker or Truth Speaker, whatever the heck he chose.
Okay, axe wound is fucking brutal in all the right ways. 10 out of 10.
Truth Sayer.
As an insult. I should add it to my message thing you get. Of course it didn't. He's mental.
I've never heard... Wait, isn't Tallywhacker one for knob? I thought Tallywhacker was one for knob. Nash is definitely one of my favorite ones for that. Yeah, totally. Like, it's the best way to refer to a vagina.
Midget. Congratulations. Thank you, my friend. This is good. When Destiny blocks you. Oh, no, anyway. Yeah, I know exactly. Who's that, by the way? Hey, you won. Yeah, if a woman ever accused him of grape, he'll probably admit to it, even if he's innocent. Isn't he? Doesn't he have a few lawsuits with stuff like that? Not exact, maybe not this, but or maybe it is actually, now that I think about it. And like sending images and stuff. He's got a whole range of lawsuits going.
Poontang is also one of my favorites.
After him. Oh gosh.
I swear to fuck. I always thought that Tallywhacker was like slang for penis. I am so sorry. But definitely, axe wound, love it, love to see it. Love fucking slang for vagina. And the one-eyed yogurt slingers has alien space vibes. Ooh, I like also when I was but a Catholic school person. We used to always call the product of what I thought a tallywhacker was supposed to mean. I could be wrong, I'm pretty dumb. I used to think my favorite word for that was Cupid's toothpaste.
Badge of honor, my man, God bless, yes. Yes, it is a badge of honor. It's meth-addicted vermin. Oh, you guys are the best. Man, I go like, this is a clown, and you guys go, meth-addicted vermin. I mean, you win. You win. Okay, you win. Well done, thank you. He's such a weak dude, I agree. People like Destiny are the kind you need to...
Oh, ham wallet for vagina. That's a metal one. Okay, so definitely tallywhackers for knob. You won for each? That's pretty based, honestly. That's you getting it, like, treating people equally. I respect that.
Verbally eviscerate. He's a fool and is a pig.
What's a cornhole?
Opinions are moronic. I would agree with that. It's because weak minds can handle diversity of thought. Yeah. Why does that not surprise me? Agreed. Don't insult clowns like that, man. I guess people are really taking it. When it comes to clowns, a badge of honor, I 100% agree. He's about as thin skinned as they grow him around here. Very nice. Of course he would. He's a coward soy boy. We call that a good riddance. I would agree with you, sir, LW. And then this, yeah, it's a nice animation right there. Splendid. That could be me. He's a scumbag. Yeah, I would say that appropriately, correctly defines him. So, prosciutto cotto di pasto, una mozzarellina, bocconcino, mezza bufala, mozzarella.
Hey, he's speaking squiggledy splooch. I think some of y'all call that Italian. My favorite words in Italian are, it's a me, Mario.
Then you can get a little tomato, perhaps, a little salame, a little prosciutto cotto, prosciutto crudo, a little bit, maybe some grissini, breadsticks, and then we go into the meal. So let's begin with the first course.
My favorite use for little breadsticks is homemade Pocky.
Okay, guys, so here's the thing. There is another interaction that me and His Majesty Destiny Stephen Bonnell the 15th had, but I never really told you about. But at this point, I'm going to clown on him. So, I made a post on the 27th of October 2025. My post was the following. It was a post about Charlie Kirk, what happened to Charlie Kirk, and I said, no one has pushed me further and further away from the political center and to the right more than people like this on the radical left, because you see, this guy is laughing about it, and he's being dishonest, and clearly there's not...
I think this counts as just pushing you closer to humanity. Like, moment somebody mocks the death of Mr. Kirk or anyone, the moment you see somebody just reveling in death is the moment that you nope out of that situation and you find yourself closer to being a fucking human.
You know, these are the same people that tell you you should be compassionate, you should be empathetic, and then they do this. So, I continue. The discrepancy between we are the...
Sorry, I actually misread this. I'm reading the sidebar of his shit, and it's like, Trump loses it learning Iran leader is gay. Well, what I misread that is as Trump learns IT. Because apparently I can't fucking read in straight lines and spreadsheets or hell, and I need everything to be put in JSON so I can fucking read. But I was like, oh, Mr. Trump learning IT. That's cute. It's a shame that everyone's decided to take those jobs out of the States.
The party of love and tolerance, and...
I don't think Mr. Kirk said anything racist. We spent 3-4 days combing through all of his publications to see if any of the bullshit people bring up about him was founded. And over the course of all those days, I couldn't find a fucking example of it.
This behavior is too blatant, too awful. I cannot stand it. Now, of course, Destiny being the...
When we spent 9 days watching iDubbbz, it happened a lot.
Heartless goblin that he is, he decided to call me out. Check this out. He put, we, and then goes, bro thinks he's on the team and he's not even American, lol.
Thank you, Truthsayer.
Okay, so listen, Destiny, I know you blocked me, but who knows? Maybe you watch this. I really believe in you. I really think you can learn the English language one day. It's not easy. Took me a few years, you know, but I'm sure you can do it. Because here's the thing. We. Okay, the we in We Are the Party of Love and Tolerance, because that's the only we that I've got here, right? Let's see, let me check. Is there any other we? Nope. The only we in here is the one where I'm describing, or I am quoting, see, these are quotation marks, they're used to quote, and I'm quoting the Democrats. I'm quoting the left here, right? We are the Party of Love and Tolerance.
As a nonpartisan person, I just call myself an asshole and I never get happy about anything foul outside of, and exclusively, things that I find hilarious.
So, how does this we makes you want to bring it up as a way to call me to say that I'm not even American, but I think I'm on the team? How do you not even understand your own freaking language?
Does Metatron not know that a large portion of college-educated Americans have a second grade reading level? Is he really? I'm so sorry, what? Like what? How's he surprised?
How? It's not like I said it in Italian. It's not like I said it in Sicilian. You know, if I said it in Sicilian, chi so baiterà amore, dove sapere io baiterà amore, ti piace parlare siciliano? If I said it in Sicilian, just like I did right now, then, you know, the guy misunderstood because we and sounded, I get it. What is the we?
I like the royal we. It encodes a lot of scathing in everything I say.
What is the I see an I. This is a first pronoun, right? No one will push it. Me, there's a me. Political center. If you really want to kind of finish this off, I am getting naturalized, man. I'm getting citizenship. Just so you know. Thanks for watching.
Thank you, Truthsayer.
If you appreciate my content so far and wish to help ensure my ability to continue to tell it how it is, regardless of any possible backlash, please support this channel on Patreon. Any support
So speaking of
helps me and my
supporting
team
him
of
and his
academics
stuff,
keep
if you
the channel
actually want
strong
to
and gives us
support
the
him,
means to
it helps
fight
to just
back
go to his
against the
channel, find a
political
video that you
rewriting of
like, and
history.
watch the damn
Stand
thing
with
instead
us,
of me
form
saying
the
go
wall,
like a video
defend
and
the
you
truth.
leave after a second, which really doesn't help anybody. Anyways, back to Speller Blade, shall we?
Let me tell.
Also, I don't know what World's Deadliest BJ is supposed to mean, but it probably means the world's most deadly birth jacket. I think it must mean the world's most deadly birth jacket. I don't really know. I'm not that smart clever. But I think BJ must mean birth jacket. This is by Wang, which it feels like I'm supposed to be aware of something by reading the name, right? Like, I think I'm supposed to read Wang and then just have I'm supposed to be able to derive what this video might be about, but I'm not actually sure. I can't tell. I really can't tell. Maybe blowjob by shark? That would be funny if the shark decided to go into it willingly. I mean, I guess they wanted to. I know one of my best friends loves beef sticks. Who's to say that a shark won't love human sticks? And everyone always asks, do you like fish dicks? Well, do fish like human dicks? Because I'm pretty sure there's a fish that likes crawling up penises. So that's funny. You know, at some point I need to remind y'all that I, for one, I am one of the few Americans that doesn't hate men. And as a result of that, I can get away with saying things like its penises are funny, even when a little fish is swimming up it because it smelled urea. Oh my fuck. Bartholomew James. Yeah, I somehow misread that like 7 times in a row. I misread James's Jaws. To be honest, my glasses are pretty scratched up and I need to go to the optometrist and get them like fixed. But I'm what you call being a lazy shithead right now and just haven't really done that because I suck. I should also just be wearing my contact lenses, but I'm also, again, being a shithead and I suck. So, if we haven't covered it clearly, and if you feel like there's any ambiguity involved in this, the point that I'm trying to get at is I suck and I'm horrible. Also, I need to definitely not scratch my glasses so much, which might mean don't drop them and don't clean them with a recycled woolen blanket. But I don't know. That's for you to decide. I'm the news now, not trying to tell you what to think. Just tell you things and find out what you think. Now, don't forget, back to our local Wang correspondent, Wang, talking about, I don't know.
Let me tell you about the
Kanduru.
Deadliest BJ in history. One night in 2021, two gay let me tell you about the deadliest BJ in history. Let me tell you about the deadliest BJ in history.
I know a dude named BJ. He thinks he's a vampire.
One night in 2020. Let me tell you about the deadliest BJ in history. One night in 2021, two gay Canadian teenagers meet up after meeting on a dating app.
Well, that's your first problem. Teenagers shouldn't have dating apps. Anything that comes from here on is definitely understandable.
Though internet meetups like this could have a bit of ambiguity to them, there's no question what was about to happen here. No romance, not a lot of small talk, not even any.
Oh, the penis fish remedies have ranged from penal amputation. Oh. That sounds like you can get a shark to do that one. And I cannot read for whatever reason. Suprapubic colonoscopy to applications of native herb that softens the spines so it can be removed. Nice. You know, I have an idea. Maybe wear a cup. When you go into weird water, wear a cup. Or, alternatively, it could make a good condom ad. Jimmy hats. They'll keep you safe from fish swimming up your penis because they smell urea. Or maybe a nice ad for not peeing in the lake or the swimming pool. I think those are also very good uses of our time. Like a nice little public service announcement. Wear a Jimmy hat 24/7. It keeps you closer to God and further from the medical bed.
Kissing. They just got right to business. But then mid-blowjob, something strange begins to happen. The boy on the receiving end begins to wheeze. He starts to struggle to breathe. Having been a lifelong asthmatic.
Wait, which thing did they do in the episode? The fish web of Murderface's peace stream. This is how you know what? There's no better reason, no better way to support people saying this is God's country than no penis fish. And there's no better way to make me meet them where they are and say this is God's world by everything has a place. Fish in urethra. It works. It all makes sense. If God didn't make it, why does it find such a helpful home up someone's urethra, huh? I don't know. But I know that Hank Hill has a small urethra, which makes him immune. So also there's that. So clearly, I can butcher this line of logic and say that God made Hank Hill better because he can't have a fish swim up his urethra because it's too small. Nothing can swim down it, so nothing can swim up it. Based. See how good I am at this? I can disassemble logic and turn it into something beautiful. Like more logic, predicated on bullshit. I mean, reasonable findings.
He grabs for his inhaler to stop his symptoms, but it didn't work. And soon after that, he passes out. Medics.
Oh, is this gonna be Brazil nut allergies being... Y'all, I'm calling spoilers. The world's deadliest BJ? This is definitely gonna be Brazil nuts. I like nuts. They're very tasty. I like cashews the most, honestly. If not cashews, I'm a really big fan of a few other nuts. Narrow urethra breath, basically. I mean, the sphincter in his throat sure isn't saying you're allowed to live today. See, this is what I'm getting at. At least, see, in Canada, your own lungs kill you for being gay. In the States, you just couldn't get married for a long time. That should definitely be a consideration we all have when we start picking favorites. My favorite's still the lunar colonies, because no one's there yet, and I want to go there.
Arrive 45 minutes later to find the boy unconscious with his panicking fling by his side. They also discover that he has an unused EpiPen with him, indicating a history of severe allergic reaction.
Yeah, this is going to be Brazil nuts. Anyways, I like Brazil nuts, so this is why no one should date me. There's other reasons too, like I'm a piece of shit, but primarily because I like Brazil nuts.
After doing what they could at the home to treat such a reaction, they rush him to the hospital. But despite their best efforts...
I wonder how weird it would be like if somebody just like made a dating app profile and it was like, I like secondhand Brazil nuts. Make me have that anaphylaxis just at the bottom. That would be like wild.
The doctors couldn't save him. He was pronounced dead the next day. Cardiac arrest due to anaphylaxis. But what could have happened here? Like, you can't be allergic to getting a blowjob. I mean, it actually is possible to be allergic to semen. It's an extremely rare condition called seminal plasma hypersensitivity. But that wouldn't apply to...
I mean, in addition, you could also have no, it's not the only way that would be harmful. Like, additionally, you could just react poorly to the other person's skin or the secretions of their skin. So, I don't know.
To this scenario, even if they did finish the transaction, because once again, it was the BJ recipient who had the allergy. The doctors considered a latex allergy, which is relatively common and can be deadly for some people, but no condoms were used. He also hadn't taken any drugs. It's known that asthma attacks can be induced from sexual activity, and people have died from this, but as history indicated, can be induced from sexual activity, and people have died.
Y'all, this is not the way that someone is to take their asthma medication. Am I stupid? You're not supposed to like open your lips like a fish and suck in the fucking gaseous gaseous, not gaseous, not geisha, not gay, gaseous shit from a few feet away. Maybe he's allergic to gays. Maybe that's why getting a blowjob gave him a, like, you know, a reaction. I don't know. You'd presume he wouldn't be doing it if he were. But also, this should be what happens when people make apps, like dating apps for teenagers. We should just, like, you know, give them the reaction instead. Spare the, like, let the kids grow up and be fine. Let the fucking adults that make dating apps for kids, I don't know, have a hard time breathing for a week because they get kicked in the nuts. Anyways, I feel like this is not how you're supposed to. Maybe this man is thinking if he puts his lips against the phallic-shaped object, that makes him gay. I think that could be it, honestly. I don't know. I don't know why he's taking his inhaler like a little bitch. If I were gonna use an inhaler, I'd deep throat the motherfucker. I'd suck it all down. I wouldn't be caught letting it spill over my face. That's rude.
Yes.
Look at this. Look at this man. He's like air dusting his beard. Like more of his fucking inhaler got on his beard than got on in his throat. This is so silly. What about bananas? They have similar organic compounds to latex rubber. I like rubber trees and bushes. They're very cozy, but the inside bits are not very cozy on your skin. It's a pretty... pretty bone smoocher way to use an inhaler. Yeah. I mean, at least I think we know one thing we don't have to guess. This person's probably straight because they're not about to put a phallic-shaped object between their lips and suck. So this is clearly a dramatic reenactment.
His history indicated that his asthma had actually improved, and he did take his inhaler. Furthermore, their findings show that this definitely happened because of some kind of allergic reaction. Looking into his medical history revealed that he did in fact have a severe peanut allergy since childhood, hence the EpiPen that he strangely didn't use. When this information was discovered, the headgiver, who was made aware of the allergy, revealed that he had eaten peanut butter earlier in the day. Although this happened well before the encounter, peanut allergens can actually remain in your saliva for several hours after you eat them, even if you brush.
Yeah, when my friend who's like allergic to like a specific thing, my friend's allergic to coconuts. I won't even like use coconuts for like months, if not like I will not like I would not share a cigarette with her if I had any coconut shit in the same day, week, whatever. Like if I haven't, I might be like, hey, let me hit your thingy. But like, if I have, I'm not gonna touch it. We take food allergies seriously at work, you promise. I bet. Totally. I mean, I used to cook for my coworkers. Like, I'd always ask what their food allergies were. It's my first thing to give a shit about. Like, effectively, I just omit things from my kitchen that friends of mine have allergies to anyway, just so it's a lot easier. Like, nowadays, my house is like a no coconut, barely any peanut oil kind of place. Like, it's going to be sunflower seed oil or sunflower oil most of the time. Just call it good. I don't get it. So if you're like trying to like date, hook up with, maybe it's some hookup thing I'm just too dumb to, because I'm like, you need to court someone and then you can date them and court them, but don't forget there's engagement and then marriage and then you can give them oral. Maybe because that's me, I just don't understand and I'm like just fucking too yesterday. But I don't think you can like easily get away with like being like, yeah, I knew they had an allergy so I ate 10 of these so I could assassinate my fling with my mouth. I don't think that's the kind of thing you can get away with easily. I mean, maybe, but it kind of makes you an asshole. You make food containers, you can't bring certain stuff, that's based. I entirely get that. You ever gotten a food container that smells like fish?
Your teeth. This has been the call.
Why is that? Why does that happen? What is going on? Is that a hand or a tongue?
To remain in your saliva for several hours after you eat them, even if you brush your teeth. This has been the cause of several cases where people had their peanut allergies triggered by kissing, and allergens like peanuts can make their way into your semen after you've eaten them, which is why almost every other similar case involved a woman in a straight encounter, such as one woman who almost died after sex when her husband was taking an antibiotic that she was allergic to. But once again, they hadn't kissed, and it was the recipient who had the reaction so semen wouldn't be a factor. However, allergens can be transferred through through any mucous membrane, so the doctors concluded that the deadly peanut allergens had to have entered his body through the urethra. Although there had been previous documented cases of people having their allergies triggered through oral sex, in every other case it was the one giving head who had the reaction. This was the very first time that the recipient of a blowjob was the one who died from an allergy attack. In the case report that was written about the incident, the writers note that had the other boy been made aware of the allergy, and if the EpiPen had been administered right away, he likely would have survived. And they note that it's important for people to discuss these kinds of allergies with potential partners, especially as more people go meeting strangers off the internet. They also note that it's important for people.
That's the first problem. You shouldn't meet strangers on the internet. Unless it's to talk about GNU/Linux and hook up on IRC, not that kind of hookup. I mean the wholesome kind, where you go to IRC with the new homies and your first words are, "Hey, do you like GNU/Linux, brother?" And they say, "Yes, I do fancy myself some GNU/Linux." And you say, "Oh, baller, that's nifty, nifty spadifty, my friend. I also like GNU/Linux. Do you like Solaris and OpenBSD?" And they say, "Why, yes, buddy, I sure do." And you say, "Do you want to start a hackerspace together?" And they say, "Well, why don't you come on down to the existent hackerspace? I have a lot of friends there." And then you start exchanging friends. And then 2 weeks later, they've taken all of your friends because they're better at compiling on ARM than you are. That's how that goes, right? Sex talk is hard for people. Linux flavors is easier. I like Arch Linux. What's your favorite distro? Mine's Arch Linux. I fucking hate that Ubuntu's predicated on Snap. I fucking hate Snap. I hate your Flatpak. I hate your Snap. I don't give a fuck. The only Snap I'm fine with is feeding people that need food. Fuck, I don't want fucking Snap on Linux. Fuck no.
To be aware of the various ways that food allergies can be triggered outside of just eating them. For this episode of 1001 Ways to Die, let's talk about strange ways that people die during sexual encounters.
You like Mint? I remember when Mint got fucking wrecked. Also, I remember when Gentoo got fucking wrecked. At least that's not Gentoo's fault. Like, but their whole... It is Gentoo's fault. But their wiki used to be better than the Arch Linux wiki. Then they got their shit nuked from Orbitz.
This video is sponsored by Helix. March is National Sleep Awareness Month. Did you know that 1 in 3 adults don't get the mandatory 7 to 9 hours of sleep a night? This can lead to a slew of cardiovascular and other health problems.
Destroying Zion.
It harder to fight off illness.
Why?
Lose their cushioning over time.
What is all of this for?
Eve, you're late to the party.
Better quality, deeper sleep.
How does it
Helix
feel
comes
to
in.
be
Helix makes
responsible
a
for the
premium
fall of
mattress that
Zion?
to your needs and shipped right to your door with 3 in the US. Everyone sleeps differently, so Helix has you take a sleep quiz to determine which of their 20 unique mattresses.
You can speak.
I'm a side sleeper, so Helix set me up with their sunset.
In spite of everything, I do wonder why he chose you instead of me.
Some of the best quality sleep that I've gotten. And to make sure you're happy with your new Helix sleep mattress, they offer a 120 nights of sleep trial, as well as a lifetime warranty. Thank you to Helix Sleep for sponsoring. Go to helixsleep.com/white to take advantage of.
So I'm having like trouble running K3s on the Pi Zero, so I just run it on the other one, and the Zima board, and the NVIDIA Jetson Orin, and also on Windows 11. I also salted Windows 11. You're welcome for the PR for Arch Linux. Now give me food. We'll submit PRs for food. We'll submit PRs upstream for food. You need something working? I'll do it for food. I don't know what I want, but I like Barnum animal crackers. They're pretty dope. Oops, I can press play now.
Their Sleep Week sale will get 27% off site-wide. These days, you often hear about people working in the gig economy. They're making ends meet through a patchwork of temporary jobs as opposed to regular long-term employment. Although it's a relatively new phenomenon at the scale it's at right now, there's always been ways to supplement your income through small side gigs.
I like Debian distros too, honestly. Like, I like Debian. I like like rel stuff here and there, but I'm really like, honestly, I like that I get deprecation warnings faster than normies if I just run Arch, because then I can like forward plan before the deprecation notice, which feels really good. There's cute little birds whenever they move.
And whatnot. I went through a period where I was living off of writing gigs, background acting jobs, and various stuff I found off of Craigslist. Another common trope that you'd see on old TV shows is people selling blood. Although in the US at least, that was ended in 1970. Of course, other bodily fluids are just as valuable. For instance, you got sperm donations. A qualifying man can make a few $100 a load doing what he was going to do anyway. Although there's typically...
You know what would be funny? If I could just like donate spinal fluid, then I could like make more spinal tap jokes.
Come at me, you monster. Limits to prevent one man from having too many families.
What a beautiful little girl!
Sometimes that doesn't happen. You may remember that one Gamer from Mars video, or the countless other similar cases. But it's not always the doctors themselves going Genghis Khan mode at the cum factory. Zhang Gang was a 23-year-old medical student in Wuhan, China. Like many medical students, he was trying to find ways to make money that wouldn't take too much time from his extremely time-consuming coursework. Thus, in January 2011, a year after he began his studies, he started to frequent a fertility clinic at the same university he was studying. As a tall, healthy, intelligent young man, they were more than happy to receive his frequent donations. And he was so happy with their arrangement that he'd even become an outspoken supporter of the facility, and he'd encourage their peers to make donations of their own. The way the coverage describes him, I'm just picturing him bringing it up every conversation, like you're grabbing a quick lunch between...
I want to sell my spinal fluid just because it sounds funny and I can talk about spinal tap more. I like music. And I like watching the proper football, not American football. That's brain damage sports. The other one is too, but it's fun.
Glasses, and he's like, bro, you gotta go to the cum factory and jerk off.
I don't like watching sports, I like playing sports. I shan't lie.
Gonna pay you to nut. All right, man, sure, I'll go nut at the cum factory, God. But then, a little over a year in February of 2012, tragedy strikes. One day, Zhang returns to the facility to once again make a donation. It was his 4th donation in 10 days. He goes to the cubicle armed by what Chinese media referred to as a sexy magazine, and he gets down to business. But then 2 hours pass, and the nurses are like, alright, he does this a lot, but he doesn't usually last that long. So they go to his cubicle, and they're horrified to see that he's unconscious. Medics were unable to resuscitate him, and he's pronounced dead from a heart attack. As I said before, it's not unheard of for people to have a heart attack from sexual activity, but this is typically older men or people with underlying health conditions. And by all accounts, Zhang was the picture of good health. And 4 times in 10 days, I mean, that's a lot to make donations, but in the grand scheme of things, it's not that much. Perhaps even a bit low. I mean, hell, you feel me?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure my ex would do that in one day.
Up with some zinc and L-arginine, and I'll make 4 donations in one day. His father, Zhang Jinglong, would wind up suing the facility for 4 million yuan, which at the time was the equivalent of $600,000. He claimed that they pressured his son into making such frequent donations, and that he died because of their negligence while he was unconscious. But ultimately, the court would rule against him. They said that his son was a grown man who could make his own decisions. And while you probably agree with that assessment, there are some circumstances surrounding this case that are kinda suspicious. For starters, his father requested an autopsy and was denied on multiple occasions. Additionally, Zhang's wife, who also studied at the same university, was offered a deal that in exchange for having his body cremated, she would be exempt from tuition fees and be given 88,000 yuan, about $13,000. Why would the university care whether or not his body is cremated? I have no evidence to support this, and clearly the court sided with the university, but personally, I suspect that they gave him something that led to his heart attack. And had there been an autopsy as his father requested, that would have been discovered. Have you ever given yourself a small electric shock? I remember the first time it ever happened to me. I was going to play Final Fantasy VI, and when I was plugging in my Super NES, my finger touched the prongs on the big-ass AC adapter.
Sorry, I got distracted by them talking about Final Fantasy VI. Y'all, I have had such a good time with 7 Rebirth. I get that a lot of people complain that it's too handholdy, but I just need to be honest. Like, okay, hear me out. Stellar Blade has yellow marks everywhere you go. Dark Souls lets you find invaders by making a whirring sound in Dark Souls 3.
there and I got zapped. It's a really strange feeling, like you can feel your whole skeleton twitch. Like the way they illustrated in Street Fighter when Blanca shocks you, it's a perfect illustration of how that—
Also, I got into a minor spat with somebody, so they kept saying that the whole game had been censored to, like, you know, put shorts on everyone when they didn't have shorts. And so I ended up spending all day investigating this with them, and I found inconsistencies. So they liked that. I kind of just sat there perplexed, like, why didn't they put shorts on everybody? Why didn't they just put shorts on this one side character, huh? Why I gotta see their thong? What's up with this? This game's inconsistent. So I don't know, like, I mean, I feel like, honestly, we're just gonna have to wait for more games to come out devoid of, like, big studios, so I can actually make assessments on, like, if the games are inconsistent or if it's just people being high. I know, right? I get sucked into every fucking lapse of logic. It doesn't even matter what it is. If it seems incongruent, I'm gonna stare at it. I can't help myself.
feels. And of course, some people are into that. As you may suspect, that doesn't always go as planned. Although the vast majority of autoerotic deaths occur due to asphyxiation, about 5 to 10% are related to other means. A lot of them are related to the insertion of foreign bodies. Like a man in Germany who accidentally pierced his small intestine with a rubber tube, causing poop to leak throughout his entire body and killing him within mere hours. Another common cause is electrocution. Medical literature is filled with stories of people who've died from autoerotic electrocution. For example, there was an Austrian man who had one electrode connected to his butthole.
Oh, my on-screen chat froze? That makes sense. I don't know. Wait, how bad and when? I got you. Thank you for telling me. Appreciate you. You're awesome. I need to clean up the unused layers of OBS pretty bad. This is getting kind of dumb. I have to scroll more than I should for bullshit that I shouldn't have to. Refresh. 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 I know it's fixed. Refresh. 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 It's fun. Refresh. Wait, is it fixed? I'm done. Hold on. Oh, I have another knock at the door. I'll be right back. I might be a while. It might be the, local sheriff trying to get to the bottom of something that happened to Frog Stream. Recently defrocked YouTube upload person with the Wodsy Ian Foote, who pops off about being a violent misogynist and wanting his daughter to be harmed because he's really inappropriate. And also, he tries to excuse dropping anti-Semitic shit. He's a butt munch with the way he chooses to treat others. He could choose to do otherwise. That would be nice. I wish he would choose to be kinder. I'd always pop off in his comments and be like, I appreciate the Ian growth arc. I appreciate watching Ian grow. I have to start from the bottom, now we're here. Okay, fine. Dramatic Ian Ian. Okay, can I get my Ian mood on? How do I do that? How do I get an Ian vibe on, honey? I got this. Hold on. I need to sound like Based Man at the core. Okay. I'll change the track. There's a more appropriate one for this. Hold on. With love and respect, let's get our shit together. They stopped being real with me. My life completely fell apart because no one would be real with me. I used to be amazing. I was always able to find the silver lining in any situation. I was always very resourceful, and I never ran from the light. But now I'm just a fool. There? Okay, cool. It made sense to me. Clean myself up, take care of my body, take pride in my appearance, get a high-paying job. Get high, don't forget your towel. Get a high-paying job, don't forget your towel. That gives me freedom to work to work from wherever I want and set my own schedule, find a woman I want to marry, use my good looks, wealth, charm to win her over. I just wanted to be a husband and a father, work hard, make money, have sex with my wife, raise my... So... Sorry, they knocked again. They're sweet. It's so fucking cold outside. I should have told them to get home warm or some shit too. Child. And it is honestly cold as balls.
And while he was attempting to attach the other electric poop to leak throughout his entire body and killing him within mere hours. Another common cause is electrocution. Medical literature is filled with stories of people who've died from autoerotic electrocution. For example,
oh yeah, I know someone who told me at length about the sounding rod stuff.
There was an Austrian man who had one electrode connected to his butthole, and while he was attempting to attach the other end to his penis, he accidentally touched it to his chest, sending electricity right through his heart and killing himself instantly. Although he was using a relatively low voltage, it doesn't take much electricity to stop your heart. And in these cases, it's often noted that, in addition to the ever-present danger of just messing with a DIY electricity setup, the loss of fine motor skills during arousal makes autoerotic electrocution even more dangerous. So in theory, sexy electrocution should be safer with a partner, but that's not always the case. On January 23, 2008, medics were called to a mobile home in York County, Pennsylvania to respond to a call about a person who was unconscious. They discovered 37-year-old Toby Taylor trying to perform CPR on his 29-year-old wife, Kirsten Taylor. She was later pronounced dead at the hospital. Toby claimed that she had gotten shocked from using a hairdryer right after the shower, which is kind of unusual because hairdryers are required by law to have safeguards specifically against this. But it has happened. But when the EMTs couldn't find...
There's a lot of movies where people throw hairdryers in the I almost said in the stove. In the bathtub.
Find the hairdryer.
I like good horror movies. Y'all have any horror movies I should watch? I just love horror movies.
Toby said that he put it away under the sink, which was closed and had child safety locks. It seems kind of strange to...
I mean, if a child created the safety lock, that's kind of a problem, right? Like, you shouldn't let children make safety locks. Safety locks should be made to keep children out, not invented by them. If I were a child making a safety lock, I'd probably have it shock you too.
You even bother putting away a hairdryer when your wife is unconscious? You know, time is of the essence, and I imagine that if you examine the rest of the trailer, you wouldn't find such fastidious neatness. The medics also felt that the story didn't add up, so they called the police who had questioned Toby at the hospital. When he was questioned, he immediately changed his story. He confessed that they are into, quote, weird sexual behaviors. He then described an activity that they'd been engaging in for the past 2
Oh, it's on my screen twice, I'm sorry. I would never call anything with a partner weird. I'd probably just say what it is. But then again, I'm used to when emergency services comes a knocking, you just open your mouth and spill in a very efficacious and descript way that doesn't let them have to guess.
2 years. He said that they would hook alligator clips up to her nipples, then they'd plug them into a power strip and he'd shock her by turning it on and off for periods of time. On this particular night, she got home from work and immediately took her clothes off. She then went to their computer room where she began to shock herself. Toby would soon join her and put electrical tape on her mouth, and he'd shock her a few times himself. And on the 3rd or 4th time, which lasted 15 seconds, she knocked out and fell face first. At first, he thought she was just messing with him, but then he realized that she was actually unconscious. So he put her clothes on and was carrying her to drive to the...
Oh, they use toasters usually? Oh, okay, cool beans. You know any good toaster, like, murder mysteries? What's a good toaster murder mystery film?
Hospital. But at that point, she stopped breathing and that's when he called 911. When the story first broke, the county coroner would remark to the press, this was bizarre sex. Some people would say this was perverted sex. I've never seen anything like this before. Even if you did it before, you have to know that you could kill someone. Immediately after this all happened, Toby was charged with involuntary manslaughter and reckless endangerment. He'd get out on a $100,000 bail. But things changed after Kirsten's autopsy was completed. The coroner's findings were inconsistent with Toby's explanation, and her death was ruled a homicide. At this point, Toby had his bail revoked and was now charged with 1st and 3rd degree murder. But he stuck to this story, and his lawyer told the press he didn't plan on killing his wife. He planned on stimulating her. Although at first this might sound
Bro, your wife just wanted one of those Trump stimulus checks. All you had to do was tell Mr. Trump you wanted a stimulus check, bro. Or, I don't know, one of the, like, Trump accounts that's being given to kids these. That is honestly such a banger of a thing to do. Like, money going into investments for, like, kids that are being born. Like, you want to talk about a way out of fucking generational poverty. There you go.
like a horrible accident and a misunderstanding, more shocking details would be revealed in the coming months. A now-deleted article by the York Daily Record revealed a potential history of domestic violence described by a neighbor. In November, when Charles T. Wirtz noticed Kirsten Taylor had a black eye, he joked with her husband, Toby, to stop hitting her or she would leave. Toby Taylor responded that if Kirsten ever decided to leave, he would make her death look like wild, kinky sex to outsmart the cops. Wirtz testified at a preliminary hearing Thursday. When asked by Toby Taylor's attorney if Taylor was just joking, Wirtz said he thought he was, until he read in the newspaper that Kirsten Taylor was electrocuted during extreme bizarre sex. I took it as a joke until 3 months later, where it said, although this sounds incredibly damning, it was also revealed during the hearing that the couple had a history of, quote, extreme sex, which included things beyond electricity, such as beatings. In my experience with such things, it shouldn't lead to a black eye, but your mileage may vary. You know, perhaps he did make that quip as—
Yeah, as a Catholic person, I've never heard of anybody getting a black eye from one of those kind of beatings.
some kind of inside joke between him and his wife, but you can never be too sure with these kinds of things. Also, it has to be noted that the only place this article still exists is a hunting forum, where the first—
It's so bright.
First response is, that is why I just use a good old—
This is why people use dark mode on their browsers when they upload videos.
Fashioned e-collar. There's just no escaping Collargate. A year later, a jury would acquit— that the only place this article still exists is a hunting forum, where the first response is, that is why I just use a good old-fashioned e-collar. There's just no escaping Collargate. A year later, a jury— is why I just use a good old-fashioned e-collar. There's just no escaping Collargate. A year later, that is why I just use a good old-fashioned e-collar. There's just no escaping Collargate. A year later, that is why I just use a good old-fashioned e-collar. There's just no escaping Collargate. A year later, that is why I just use a good old-fashioned e-collar. There's just no escaping Collargate.
Okay, first off, Catholic women only get black eyes when we run our mouths. First off.
A year later, a jury would acquit Toby of first-degree murder, but they would convict— no escaping Collargate. A year later, a jury would acquit Toby of good old-fashioned e-collar. There's just no escaping Collargate. A year later, a jury— that is why I just use a good old-fashioned e-collar. There's just—
1316, right?
Job. Such things it shouldn't— that is why I just use a good old-fashioned— that is why I just use— that is why I just use a good old-fashioned e-collar. There's just no escaping Collargate. A year later, a jury would acquit Toby— that is why I just use a good old-fashioned e-collar. There's just no escaping Collargate. A year later, a jury— that is why I just use a good old-fashioned e-collar. There's just no escaping Collargate. A year— that is why I just use a good old-fashioned e-collar. There's just no escaping Collargate. A year later, that is why I just use a good old-fashioned e-collar. There's just no escaping Collargate. A year later, that is why I just use a good old-fashioned e-collar. There's just no escaping Collargate. A year later, that is why I just use a good old-fashioned e-collar. There's just no escaping Collargate. A year later, that is why I just use a good old-fashioned e-collar. There's just no escaping Collargate. A year later, a jury would acquit Toby of first-degree murder, but they would convict him of the charges—
From the fridge to the TV, Kaya will be free!
of third-degree murder, involuntary manslaughter, and reckless endangerment. He faced a potential 20 to 40 years in prison. It's important to note, and I'm not a lawyer so I may be getting this a little wrong, but as I understand it, the distinction between first and third-degree murder means that is why I just use a good old-fashioned e-collar. There's just no escaping Collargate. A year later, a first and third-degree murder means that the jury was convinced that Toby didn't plan to murder his wife, but she did die as a result of his extreme recklessness, meaning that he was guilty of third-degree murder. Now, I take this moment to urge viewers to reconsider such potentially dangerous activities, but I already know that if you want to do it, there's no stopping you.
Speaking of random Catholic stuff, y'all know about the poop hole loophole? Poop hole loophole. Still go to heaven.
Anyway, that's all for now. Thanks to Siler for providing their music for this episode. If you like this video, turn on notifications, and check out my video about the woman who tried to hide a turd that wouldn't flush during a date. I'm out.
I've tried to hide a turd that wouldn't flush before. I just got the plunger out. Like, I am not above... Like, if I am on a date or something, I'm not above just getting out the plunger. I don't really care. Like, I would rather have my dignity in a way that sticks. Yes, this is also in the queue.
です。こんにちは。今日のテーマは、男性が射精をするときに、女性がされたら嬉しいことということでお話をしていこうと思います。男性が射精をする側なので、あくまでもね、気持ちよくなるのは男性なんだけど、でも、それを見ている女性、それを感じている女性の本音ということで、聞いていただければ。
I'm gonna watch this with my friend who's teaching me Japanese bit by bit. That sounds really fun. I'm gonna do that. That sounds great. Let's do that. They'll come back with results. I'll tell you if it made it stick more. Oh, I've been watching Kenshi videos, and I ended up loading up Kenshi on the Steam Deck the other night. They have a nice workshop mod for smaller textures as well. Very handy. I'm a big fan. I'm probably gonna play it on the computer and have dinner after stream, honestly. In case y'all were curious about my fucking bullshit, worthless, unimportant life. This revolver clip cut. What?
How about an older and more unusual speed loader? And in this case, we'll borrow a K-frame that actually at some point must have had taller grips on it. Was featured in, I believe...
Why is this a 2-minute long short?
A side pro.
Shouldn't this be 30 seconds?
Since that they turn up from time to time in piles of antiques, and I've seen a lot of people confused by this flexible trick, because...
You're the one that got me into it, so I blame you. But I had fun so far. I saw a person play a slave start over like the course of like a day. It was really fucking fun, honestly. So I ended up, it was a long video, my dudes. Which is what actually sold me. Like, you convinced me to fuck with it. And this person's, like, slave start game is, like, what actually got me, like, hooked. And I was like, I'm doing this. I don't even care. I'm doing this. This is my life now. This is me now. I have to. I ended up watching this whole thing on the couch. Like, I think my favorite part by far...
Shackle myself and throw these down. I'm running at 19 miles an hour. I'm so fast. You can even see it on his physical frame. He isn't looking so emaciated anymore. In the situation of an escaped slave, I have a bounty of 17,500 cats on my head for the next 10 hours. It looks like they're around here, and if we just let's just get downed here by them, and here we go. Unfortunately, these hungry bandits will take my food, but if I try to get up around them, I just gained like 3 levels in toughness in 1 second. Let me just go back over there to get downed again by them, and I'm just going to repeat this process.
You are why I know about this game, actually. It is 100% you. No one else, just you, buddy.
All right, okay, so we're not starting quite from
No,
rock.
honestly, thank you. You know the kind of games I like. You know what gets me. You actually get me, so thank you.
Rock bottom, but he is hurt, so we are going to maybe have to carry him back out or something, or just heal up a little bit. All right, I've done a little bit of backtracking, and here we are. It is 2. We are 2 in number now, and we have healed up, and our athletics is slightly improving, although we can't run quite as fast as we used to be able to. We've got a little bit more training to do now, and I think Emancipatorus is strong enough that he can look after another man now. Amazing. Here we go, for we are the comrades of justice. I have obtained pants for our new friend, and his training has begun. For Emancipatorus can basically solo these guys at this point, but many Shek peoples who have rebelled against the greater Shek. A lot of fighting. We have downed the evil robots, except, well, they weren't so evil, so we aren't going to turn them in or anything. There's not really much to do. I mean, we would be turning them in to the UC, and I don't really want to do that. However, they do have really nice sandals. A Shek. And look how tough he is. He has natural strength XP bonus. We are going to continue on our merry way. All right, while wandering through the skim sands right here, we are in the middle of the desert. I've actually happened upon some outlaw farmers. That they aren't necessarily like the bad guys. However, they do have really nice sandals. And they are very aggressive, and they attacked us. So I figured, why not repurpose these sandals for good? So now we are all at the height of fashion with our footwear, and amazing. These are actually very useful. I'm going to just show them in the inventory for a second. Practically no drawbacks, none whatsoever. Athletics effect times 1.10. And combat speed effect times 1.05. Classic wooden. And get back at it in a minute. Okay, after extensive fighting and coming and going, just about everyone is down except for Polly. It is not looking good, except Emancipatorus is back at it and in decent condition. I guess they're probably going to take my other friends and put them in jail. Let me just see if I can stage another jailbreak here, because look at all these people. Who are you even?
So, again, this is why you and this person both got me into Kenshi together. Thank you. Appreciate. Anyways, as we were. What was I doing? Biggest cheating scandal? Did I really run away from the other thing?
かと思います。まあね、なんか行く瞬間ぐらい好きにさせるっていう男性もいるかもしれないんですけど、別にこうしてほしいよということではなくて、女性はこういうことがあると嬉しいんだよという目線で聞いていただければと思います。パートナーとのラブライフを今よりももっと充実させ。
Based. When did Raspberry Pi become the villain? Was it during the Pi shortage when Eben Upton, the CEO, said they would prioritize shipments to businesses instead of hobbyists? Was it when the price of used tiny PCs like this one became less than scalped Raspberry Pis on eBay? Or was it when people realized you could buy a brand new N100 mini PC running full Windows with way more speed and expansion for only a little bit more money than a Raspberry Pi 5 with all the accessories you need to use it? A Pi, a power supply, active cooler, and some storage. But is Raspberry Pi really a villain in this story? And is this thing actually better than a Pi? And is it a good time to segue?
It'll use more power than a Pi, but it's like, what are you trying to do with your fucking little home server device, right? Like, I use the Jetson Nano for embeddings. So, like, I run my own embeddings model here. Like, I run two, Quinn 3 and all MML version 3. No, sorry. I run Quinn and the Redis one, Langchan, the one for Redis, because it's really good at storing like very tight groupings. And Langcache is great for like, you know, command memory, etc. And then like you have Quinn 3 that's multilingual and does vectors pretty nicely for other shit. So
Wait, to a sponsor? No, it's not. Nobody's sponsoring this video. Everything you see here I bought thanks to this channel's patrons, members, and sponsors. So let's test whether this tiny N100 Intel PC is actually a better deal than a Raspberry Pi 5. And let's start by looking at the price of everything that you need to get. On the PC side, it's pretty easy. I bought this GMK Tech mini PC from Amazon for 130 bucks shipped. It comes with a 256 gig SSD, 8 gigs of DDR4 RAM, 2.5 gig Ethernet, Wi-Fi, Bluetooth, and even Windows 11 Pro. The box includes the PC all built out in this nice case and a power adapter. For the Pi, well, things are a little more complicated. You can buy just the bare Raspberry Pi 5 for 60 bucks or 80 bucks for 8 gigs of RAM. It doesn't come with any storage, so you can either buy like a tiny micro SD card like this one for about...
I hate breaking a micro SD on read and write too. That's kind of the thing. Even in my like Jetson, I just put 2 NVMe inside of it. One for OS, one for container storage. So Docker and like K3s just runs on an external. If y'all happen to use Cozy Salt to deal with your build outs, you'll know that supplying a path for K3s real easy. I'm gonna possibly build in such easy config for Docker as well, because I am a fan of that.
About 15 bucks, or an SSD like this one for about 20 bucks. But if you want to use this SSD, you also need a hat to plug it into, and that's going to run you another 15 or 20 bucks. Then you'll need to buy a power supply, and this one's about 12 bucks, and for protection, the Pi case is about 10 bucks, or you could splurge for one like this one that's about 20 bucks. But there again, some cases are compatible with NVMe hats and some aren't. So already you can see a major difference.
It's only over your head for like the moment. It won't be for long. Blah, blah, blah.
The Pi is purely DIY, some assembly required. But adding all this up, let's say I just go with the official Pi case, power supply.
I mean, like, you'll get better support off the Intel x86 device, right? The GMK Tech one, yeah, you'll get better out-of-the-box support. It runs Windows better than ARM Windows, tell you that much. But, like, it's not even, that's not even, like, the big consideration, right? It's like, when people actually go for a Pi, they're not trying to subvert getting an x86 server. They're trying to like have power consumption gains, right? Like less power consumption. Also, price is occasionally a thing, but like you usually go to ARM, not because of the price of the hardware, but because of the fucking lack of power that it draws. So that's like the thing, right? For people that are trying to like subvert needing an otherwise machine, like it's a cute thought, but it's just a cute thought, right? Like at the crux of it, if you're trying to like save on power consumption, because you've got a battery in something and you can only really charge when solar permits and it's got to sit there and run fucking like Zigbee for 10 years straight and the cost of maintenance is impossible. Okay, fine. You know what? You've made a good argument outside of the SD card being easy to break. But for prototyping and you're trying to like at least get the consideration of lower costs or maybe something kind of similar, there's like a reason. But the moment you start looking at the pie as a way to replace a full-on server of any other capacity, it's like, okay, that's like not the most reasonable stance that anyone's had, right? Like, it's not supposed, it's ARM. It's like, it's got its own niche, low power consumption. So if either you're doing a big build out, like let's say you're trying to do like inference on NVIDIA, well, the Jetson, for instance, okay, great. Get like 1,000 little ARM devices that have shared NVRAM, VRAM, or shared in like VRAM and RAM, and go for it. Because like, that's what I like about it. Now, personally, it takes a lot of fucking bullshit layers to get support on that. And that's a lot of convoluted nonsense. The partition scheme is garbage, and NVIDIA has to ship proprietary shit just to make it fucking work, even though it is Linux. But like, I don't know. That's for like edge embed, like that's like edge compute kind of stuff, really? So trying to shoehorn anything else into it's not really the most reasonable. K3s and edge compute just makes sense, because it's like, what am I gonna put on this hardware when it's defined this way? Well, duh.
And a hat and NVMe SSD. For the Pi, that runs between 120 and 150 bucks. The mini PC, in total, it was 130 bucks. So already a win on the tiny PC side. And if you don't want maximum performance, you can get the Pi under 100 bucks just by sticking with a micro SD card instead of the SSD. And if you're like me and you run your Pis naked with just a heatsink, you can save a few more bucks and skip the case. But once we get everything, how's the experience setting this up the first time? And first, since this is already all put together, I'll start with the Pi. If you buy the actual Raspberry Pi case...
Edge, right? I mean, it is funny when we get to talk about edge compute, because then we have like free jokes for days. Ellie.
It comes with this fan, but if you start putting it together, you'll notice that with this hat involved, you can't put the fan on top, so you have to figure out a different cooling solution. So there again, a little bit of extra DIY. I do need this active cooler, even if I use this official case. So let's get this thing set up. Get in there. There's one, and there's two, and there's this little teeny tiny fan plug. It's just like a regular PC fan plug, but super tiny. And then I'm going to get this hat set up. Now, there's actually about 10 or 12 different hats available. This is the Pineberry Pi Hat Drive M.2 hat for Raspberry Pi 5. But depending on which one you get, there might be different directions, so...
And isn't it like, what is it, Panda, I think? That makes like another device similar to a Raspberry that has better support for NVMe off the box. And like, I don't mind a Raspberry. Like, I use one to serve my, my PXE is running on a Raspberry. Like right now. It barely needs to be used. What it does is really simple. It streams files over a network, NFS, right? So network files, like IPXE, does two things. Not every file over the network, but like ISOs that I use like in my house. Like there's like the whole Koji Arch repo, and that's just like baking an SSH like off keys file and, you know, some prereqs for like Tailscale and like remote console into an Arch ISO, just done with Docker Compose. So that's whatever. I just wanted it with Docker Compose for ease, so I didn't have to like try. That's all. I just wanted effortless. And then I could build it on whatever.
Ignore this if you have a different hat for your Pi. There are also ones that go underneath the Pi, but that is definitely not compatible with this case, or most other Pi cases, unless it's made specifically for that hat. So check the instructions with whoever you buy this thing from. Now, I have not actually used this hat with the official Pi case, so part of this video is seeing if that's even possible. I'm not 100% sure. I think it's supposed to work. One mission in life is to go through one of these projects without dropping a screw on the ground and having to fish around for it for 10 minutes. So far, I don't think that's ever happened to me that I have not dropped a screw. A couple little flaws I see right out of the gate with this design for this hat is it looks like there's no pass-through if you do have a camera plugged into your Pi, which is something you can do with the Raspberry Pi that you can't do on there. You can use webcams and things, but you can't use direct DSI, CSI displays and cameras. If you do that, this hat doesn't have a pass-through for that, so you'll have to kind of cram that cable in a funny way. You know what, if I do this, let's see if this fits. I'll have to pull this fan out of here, because you can't use the case fan with a hat like this. But let's see if this actually fits in here at all. You know what, with those screws it does not fit into this case. I don't know if you can see, but yeah, so to get it to fit in this case, I think I'm going to have to screw through these holes instead of like I just did it, so let's try that. Oh, the joys of working on Raspberry Pi projects. I forgot to plug this in. This is the PCI Express FFC connection. So you can see this little connector here. That little guy has to go into this little port. And that can be a little tricky sometimes. Will these screws go through? No. They're not long enough. But if I had...
In the little, like... camera, work. Camera, work. Hit my desk till it works. Smash my life into pieces. Ow. Hitting anything hurts. But I'm willing to try it. If it works. Okay, one second. Anyways, hi again.
Long enough screws, I could probably get them to go in there. What I'm going to do is just not screw it in for now, and hopefully that'll work. We'll see if this case closes. It's going to be close. If I squeeze really tight, will it go? No. What's going on here? I think it's... Oh, there we go. Alright, so as you can see, there's not a lot of clearance here. I think if they do a second revision of this board, they should cut out some holes to get a little more airflow, because right now there's airflow through the bottom of the case, but the top is mostly blocked off. We'll see if that affects things in performance later. I also put this GPIO pass-through in here, and the problem with that is I don't know if that's going to fit with this top. Yeah, that kind of just hits on there, so that's fine if you want to experiment like this and leave this off, but if you want to put that on, you actually are going to have to take these off. So, well, I'm not going to do it, but if I just bent all these pins down or snipped them all, it would probably fit within here.
Okay.
Actually, no. Even without that, this won't fit because these little clips don't have anywhere to go around the board. So this particular board and the official Pi case, I'd say no-go. It fits, but it's not a wonderful fit. But you could run it like this. There's no reason why you can't. And I just realized to put this NVMe SSD in here, I need a standoff, because otherwise it just kind of flops. So I'm going to need to take it back apart, put this back in, and like I said, some assembly required. Come on. Push hard. That's how you're supposed to do it. Oh, come on. There we go. Yay! We got it. Raspberry Pi 5 ready for action. And it's always good to have a few screws left over.
And I mean, at least it still exposes the hat for other uses, but like, I don't know, y'all. First off, I hate running ribbon cable. I had to run one to the SSD in the little, like, closet server recently. That was a chore. Jetson Nano's a baller. It still sits on my desk. I'm probably gonna move it onto the living room and, like, slap it on a pegboard so I can make pegboarding it jokes. Lots of pegboarding it jokes.
Right now, there's really no database of, like, which hats are compatible with which types of cases. And a lot of times you're just going to have to 3D print a case, which not everybody has a 3D printer. So, yeah. I don't know how many times I'm going to say this, but the Raspberry Pi is a lot more of a DIY thing. You're going to learn a lot about small electronics when you buy one of these things. Okay, so on the flip side, here is our GMK Tech box, and if I pop it open,
Right, when I had to like put up pegboard a while back, I sent one of my friends a picture of the pegboard on the floor with me with power tools, and I was like, you can guess what I said.
We had, PC was right here, I pulled it out, and what else is in here?
Power, it has a power cable.
There's some sort of user manual, I don't know. Don't need that. And then there's 2 more boxes. What's in here? Oh, look at that. It comes with an HDMI cable. That's something else that if you have a Raspberry Pi 5, it has a micro HDMI. So if you don't already have a cable like that, then you're going to have to buy one. This one actually comes with one, even though I'm pretty sure most of us probably have an HDMI cable sitting around somewhere. But that's nice to include. Oh, there's something else. Look at that. That looks like... It looks like a wall mount, maybe? You can mount this thing on a wall, I guess. Yeah. Something like that.
Oh, it should come with a Vesa, or is it Vesa? Visa? The cute ones that you can usually mount on like a monitor mount as well. Some of them have like nice little cute jackets you can use to shove it on the back of a monitor. Those are really handy. I'm a big fan of those, honestly.
That's cool. Pi doesn't include a wall mount, so... Score 1 for this guy. That's kind of cool. And we have...
Vesa, whatever the fuck it's called. You can also mount it on pegboard with it.
This strange looking advertisement for GMK Tech. Oh, it's a warranty card, it says. That's it.
Is it Vesa? Visa? I'm bad at words. Clearly phonics is very important, and as like I keep saying, most Americans, even college-educated ones, have a 2nd grade reading level, so like clearly this is a concern.
There's no assembly required. That's it's out of the box. So if you're looking for a desktop computer and you don't want to spend all the time putting one together, this is better.
Also, it runs x86, so it's not going to be as fringy and edge as tossing together a Raspberry being the big one. What stickers does this person have? Let's go staring. I don't see a ghostery sticker, so that's an L. Pulp. I don't... What are they doing? Going to like... Okay, there's a weird brony thing on the wall. Hold on. There's no EFF sticker. Oh wait, no, there's no EFF. You gotta rep the Electronic Frontier Foundation. There's a GitHub sticker. That's pretty cute, I guess. I don't know. It's okay. Let me take the other one off the screen. Sorry. Anyways. Let's see. They're not all vendor stickers. They're not all just con stickers. Jeff doesn't rep EFF? Boo! Right? What is that? A fucking... Is that like a 1U machine just like sitting by the pony? Fuck, what's that company? Holy shit. The like 3 hexagons? I fucking hate that I forget their name. Holy shit, that's so dumb of me. Y'all, I am loserly. They have a Rocky OS one. Do they have like an, what is it? Not Foundation. What's their fucking name? Fuck 'em. Umbrella Corp? Nah. It's like a fucking monitoring solution. I forgot its name because I don't really use it. This one. Little 3 hexagons. I'm going for the hexagons. Oh, they have an Ubuntu sticker behind my head now. I'll make it small again. I'm just checking while we can. Sticker Mule. Well, they probably got some stickers from Sticker Mule and put some, like, shit to have their hacker rep on the wall. Gotta get that H4X reps. Gotta get them reps in, bruh. Them H4X reps, my dude. Gotta be a 1337 hacksaw, my brother. Can't be caught slipping until someone stares at all your stickers. I still have fucking clown sec paraphernalia in my house. Y'all want to see a clown sex thing? I got... Not clown sex, clown sec. Give me a second. Let me put on a clown for a second.
Don't be a pussy.
Intention is nothing, because the outcome is the same. That's on me as an adult, a husband, and a father.
You know how we run things here.
That gets clipped. The worst thing that could possibly happen.
See, this is an example of the kind of structure that I'm referring to.
That gets clipped. That gets clipped. Put to music. Becomes a viral hit for something. The thing that could possibly happen is the worst thing that could possibly happen is the worst thing that could possibly happen. That gets
See,
clipped.
this is an example. This is an example. See, this is an example.
That gets clipped.
See, this is an example of the kind of structure that I'm referring to.
Put to music.
I have clown sec shit still. I have it. It usually sits on my vanity. I'm trying to like fix the lighting thing. It usually sits on my vanity, like by a in my vanity's mirror. I have a tarot card. Like one of the decks I got has a the swap for the 9 of Swords is a card that says everything will be okay. So I have the everything will be okay in the actual deck, and I have the 9 of Swords and the clown sec shit sitting on my sitting on my vanity. So when I wake up in the morning and go to get purdy, you know, I do important stuff. I just still keep my clown sec shit. I don't know, it's fun, it's cute, I like it. I'm keeping it.
The worst thing that could possibly happen.
Nice and wet, slick, ready to go.
That gets clipped. That gets clipped. That gets clipped.
Got a term for it called publicity.
That gets clipped. Put to music. Becomes a viral hit for somebody. That gets clipped. Becomes a viral hit for somebody.
I think that in order to change the world, you have to acknowledge what it is.
Dictatorship by Screeching Harpy.
That gets clipped.
Dictatorship by Screeching Harpy.
I have the important stickers.
Dictatorship. Dictatorship.
Becomes a viral hit for somebody.
Dictatorship by Screeching Harpy.
The Dictatorship by Screeching Harpy. Loves and respects. Yeah, it was no, not element. Framework? I was looking for a framework sticker on their walls. That's what I was looking for. The fuck is this? Is this Gollum? Are probably considered to be turned into an Elden Ring boss? Oh.
Is there a more appropriate
I think.
Shut up! We need to start adding things.
Look, alright.
Creators, if you're on the lookout for some uniquely horrific miniatures.
Yeah. Wow, look at this, move up. Look, see that? The whole fucking thing is clean. See that? Totally fucking clean. I'm proud of you. Yeah, see, and the solution that I have for cleaning my stuff up is actually very simple. I just, whenever I go downstairs, I just throw shit in the garbage. It's this crazy strategy I've been using, and it works really well. There's never been a bigger fall off in the entire evolutionary chain than birds. This thing used to be a dinosaur, and now it's just retarded.
And honestly, no, birds still scare me. I would not, like, denigrate the birds. Like, with love and respect, Mr. Asmon, the birds are actually fucking... The most fatal decision we can make is underplaying birds. Y'all are aware that, like, gulls, to this day, will still take infant children and small dogs. And we're gonna pretend that they aren't scary? They take children, like the Fae folk do in stories, but they're real and they still do it. No. Birds are fucking legit. And I'm not saying it's okay to, like, you know, eat babies. Unless you're Catholic, then you know what that means and you know it's polite. It's neither here nor there. But no, birds are frightening. Don't fuck with them. Learn to respect them.
And then, out of absolutely nowhere, I had a brilliant idea.
Ooh.
Magic mirrors. And thankfully, Bestiarum had a couple I could use.
It's like a...
Once Twitch removes these guidelines, you won't be able to ban people just because they give you headache. You're in for a rude awakening.
This is probably from LSF. Wait, they're coming through the screen?
WoW is dead.
Dude!
The dictionary is racist! I got my medicine today. Shot in my arm. The nurse practitioner regarded that there are ghosts today, and I'm more free.
Do I just have this sitting here? Please tell me I uploaded this and that I'm not stupid. I'm pretty stupid. Please tell me I uploaded this. Please. Please, 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 please. Please.
A lot of people got banned on 6/24/2022. That was a bad day, apparently. Remember everything that happened that day. Zach, why Asmongold so ignorant? Can't say that on the site, boss. I got my medicine today. Shot in my arm. The nurse practitioner regarded that there are ghosts today, and I...
Now, listen today.
Dude! The dictionary is racist!
I got my medicine today. Shot...
I'm more free arm. The nurse... I got my medicine today. Shot in my arm.
In my arm. The nurse practitioner regarded that there are ghosts today.
The nurse practitioner regarded that there are ghosts today.
And I'm more free now.
And I'm more free now. What? What? COVID-19 Shadowlands. What? What a pig.
Okay, man, this stream fell off.
Trump can't even walk around. Raid Baldy Legends.
Sailor Moon.
Delete this game, please. Play WoW. Change to WoW, please. Easy game. This game. I know it's Pride Month, but can you stop being gay? Really? You're gonna put that in there? You're gonna... When was I gay?
There is a delicate balance to be struck here. We need to make sure we leave enough room for any potential boss battles which may happen in this room. But we also need to make sure the room reads as Asmongold.
Oh. 2 minutes ago? Shut up.
With that in mind... Oh! Yeah, that was a silly idea. I immediately regret that. Why did you make me do that, you idiot? Who's he talking to? Am I really tidying up alternate universe Elden Ring Asmon's messy bedroom? The hell is going on?
Wow.
Oh, it gets better. Do you ever wonder where the famous Asmongold steak actually comes from?
I did get steaks and everything. I went to the grocery store yesterday. This is the steaks.
Yeah.
What fat percentage is that? I don't know.
Why'd you say that you wanted to eat my babies?
I didn't say that, like, cause that was the rabbits. I said, like, alright, so basically, like, I didn't mean it like...
Random junk we found on our travels.
That was the rabbits, it was different.
Who lights all of the candles in the Souls games? It's a thankless task, really.
Yeah, wow.
Asmon is choosing min-maxing over his friend. Makano is his homie, and always helped him.
This is from the Shadowlands release. This is...
All of the unanswered ban appeals to be dotted around the room.
Oh my god.
Almost there. Now we need the main man himself.
God.
The Puppet Master.
Oh my
the man behind the AI avatar.
No.
Also, Asmongold's editor is a Nazi.
Don't listen to him.
The editor. His reign of terror finally brought to an end.
What?
Chained to a wall for his crimes against humanity.
No. This is if I ate food? Yeah, it is, wait, right? What? Holy shit.
Get what you fucking deserve.
Oh my god! What is this? Into where it tells you how to actually mathematically
You shook a tree and the birds came after you? No shit. You shouldn't trust them.
maximize
Respect them and fear them.
your artifact power to salad, I will die.
The Shadowlands freestyle?
That's what will happen. Yes, if I eat a salad, I will die. And so I only eat candy and I eat kids. On your third Moonkin alt because your guild's trying to kill Sire. I did not say that. Mythic, and you can't raid on your... I like how she's scared. Like something bad's about to happen.
Right, sneak into his house. Up to
Wait,
his
he's
room,
got this thing.
I only eat grown adult humans because they have more fat on them.
In my car?
Get out of there.
Holy shit!
Are you sure you can do this? Don't get caught.
What is...
It's funny because I only eat plants. It's funny because a vegan said it. Which is also funny because you could call that a joke too. So I'm like double funny actually. Head pat, head pat. Good job.
It's right there!
He might eat you.
A bird.
Oh, shit! He's on my belly. Look at him.
Yep.
He's right there. He's on.
Oh, that's whenever the roach crawled on me.
We succeeded, but at what cost?
Wait, what is this?
Resin print is horrifying.
The fuck?
Like, resin print is absolutely terrifying.
Oh, that's whenever the roach crawled on me.
We succeeded, but at what cost?
Wait, what is this? What the fuck?
Who the?
Oh,
Why does he have the wrong head?
Yeah, it does.
Wrong
look like
bloody head. That bird only had one job.
You cut off Tectone's head.
Oh my god.
Sorry, I meant to ask. Are you all right with me doing this?
Oh yeah, dude. Yeah, definitely.
Oh my god.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Oh my
dude.
Yeah, dude. Yeah.
Just pop that on there. Look at this little cutie.
oh my fucking god.
Drill a hole for the magnet. You never know when you'll want to remove and play with little Asmon.
Oh fuck. This is just, bro. This is. Let me see. Do I look like that? Let me see. I'll go back.
Oh, his dead rat alarm clock. I bet he still keeps it even though he's cleaned up his room. I bet he keeps it for sentimental value, honestly. I know I would.
Let me get out. I was about to say zoom out, but I could just simply move farther away from my camera.
Okay. So what does it look like? Looks like this. Shit, give me a second. I have like a fucking.
I hope he doesn't.
I ran.
Is he gonna stand on his chair? Bro, he is old. He should not be standing on his chair. I am also old.
And the wheel of my
But I can still stand on my chair if I want to.
fucking thing over my goddamn hoodie. Give me a minute. Give me a minute. God damn it. Sorry, I'm a retarded. Okay, I got it. Alright, never mind. Okay. So, what does it look like? Looks like that? Okay. Shit. Like that? What do y'all think? Is that good?
Arms too wide.
Ah.
He got close. He tried. Arms
Is
too
that
wide
close? Is it 1-to-1? Yeah?
It works out.
Same
That's
picture.
fine.
Little Asmon boss isn't the only contender in this arena. We also have
Is it gonna be Leaflet or the Tectone head?
the player character.
What's this? Is that McConnell?
One of the many mighty heroes from
Could be.
Bestiarum.
Yeah.
Let's hope he knows what he's doing.
Oh my god.
I got destroyed like a common ghoul. Oh no.
shit. The hero always has to.
Uh-huh. No chance. Yeah, that's like that. That's the guy at the beginning of Dark Souls.
Henri and Horace?
Man. Not a good day to be me, huh?
Second phase?
Oh my
No.
fucking god.
What?
Yeah, I don't know what that was about. Anyway, let's get this painted.
Oh my god. Give me a minute. I gotta use the bathroom before this. Oh my, phase 2? Yeah, I guess so. That was like after I got banned for like the 10th time, right? Obviously. I'll be right back.
All right. Calm down.
Relax.
So now he's painting the shit.
Ooh, pretty candles. I couldn't skip it when I saw it.
Okay.
Okay. Cute bottles.
Yo, Asmon, are you in the basement?
If I draw you a unicorn, can I get unbanned?
I'm banned.
Did he ever
'cause I was
draw the
laughing
unicorn?
And enjoying myself?
You're just a big baby. Stop crying, because you suck.
I don't
say
remember
any
which
of that.
game
It was
that's
probably my
from.
adopted stepsister from Africa.
It's too many. It could be.
Now, there's obviously something missing here, something which makes this scene a little more unnerving than it needs to be. Right, joke's over now. Contrary to popular belief, Asmon does actually have hair. Granted, he's lost one or two of them over the years, but that comes with age. This is a technique from the Grimdark Compendium, in which you drown the end of a cotton bud in paint.
And then you use the strands
wipe
on top
off
of
the
it?
excess.
Yeah.
How the hell did that just... Right, well fine. I guess we don't need the tissue anymore then. Why even have the tissue in the first place?
Let me guess. So
Once
you're
it
gonna...
starts to dry, tear off some strands, bits of PVA glue, then the hair. I know, that's a generous amount, but we can trim it later. Gently, does it? Oh, perfect, nailed it. Now, while that dries, only joking.
Oh my.
Slide that hairline back a bit.
Oh my.
It needs to be authentic. Now, while that dries, if you'd like to see less or more of this, please consider supporting me on Patreon, like these lovely fine fellows. Granted, they always vote for the wrong thing, and they're relentless in their cyberbullying of me, but at least...
Rasta Asma, I know, right?
At least, actually, that's all they do. And they enjoy some extra content. There's a link in the description, so if you want to join in...
That's a lot of verbs.
I don't know, actually.
Damn. Ooh,
they did just vote to kill me with a mold infection. Maybe I'll just end it here. I think I've accidentally made Bill Bailey. Same hair. It's not a boss without a health bar.
Uh-oh. Wait, what the fuck? Oh my...
And the final touch.
The microphone? What is this?
April of 2025. It was reported that the most viewed streamer in the entire world, based on watch time hours, was this man.
Asmongold, same as Asmongold. This is all.
This was the height of our civilization.
Oh my god!
If we were to be judged solely on our ability to crown a champion of the digital age,
God, no!
I fear we would never see the kingdom of heaven.
No, this is not.
Listen, I live the lifestyle of a fiend and a degenerate.
That's right.
Nobody should watch my stream and say I want to be like this animal.
Yes, that's
no
right.
mere mortal can live with Asmongold.
Asmongold isn't fake. He's a hyper-real character.
Oh my god.
Phase 2's kind
Some
of
people
fucking
dislike Asmongold
beautifully
because they hate how he talks and hate how he reacts, hates how he thinks, and hates the lifestyle that he lives.
Look at his face!
You can hate Asmongold if you want to. You cannot hate RuneScape.
Thank you for watching. Let me know what you think. Leave a like. Do me a huge favor
This
and
is so
subscribe,
good.
please.
Oh my
Enormous
God,
thanks
this
to
guy is
Best
a legend.
DRM. Thank you. Join the Patreon. Links in the description.
Holy shit, what a good video. Oh my god. Like that
was beautiful.
The nurse practitioner regarded that there are ghosts today, and I'm more free now. What? What? COVID-19 Shadowlands. Have you seen Eternals yet? Fake God will just turn your planet into a golem.
Considered to be one of the greatest games of all time.
Happy birthday.
I'm wavering on it.
Rivers don't move. Watching out. Glad to see your day went okay. Gonna start the lithium for everybody soon.
Final Fantasy 1 shit?
Bro. Federal, maximum federal tax bracket is 37% and now starts at $500,000. The next bidder is under that. I'm still here in Florida. I can just read what they write and I know who they are. I'm still here in Florida, see? There it is. No income tax, but have to negotiate with neighbors about property tax and insurance. Spoilers. Wait, what the fuck was that? Wait. What was that? I'm going to see
I
Belle
still have
today
a
at
pocket chip
7:15.
around the
I
house.
turn off my phone during
This
the
is
movie.
kind of cute. Like, this is a cute use for a Raspberry.
Dentist appointment
See?
tomorrow
A
at
cute
8.
little cyber deck.
Play Monster Hunter
That's
World.
adorable.
When this is all over, really
I
impressive.
got less complaints here.
Ah, jeez, now I really want to unban him. He said for me to play Monster Hunter.
What? Oh, these are those little tapes that are
Oh my
also a
God.
record player?
This guy's talking, and now he's like going about COVID.
What?
Cults can be called new movements.
Sorry,
Like in
there's
the current
some like
classic
little
usage of
cassette
cults
tapes
regarding
that are
new
like
religious movements. I think
trying
it's
to like
rational in your usage of the term
encode
cult
radio
because they
rather,
are an
because some cars
artistic
didn't have
movement happening.
radio. Back in my day,
what was
before
your
we
appeal?
had the internet.
He owes me.
I know, right? I've been skipping the ADHD walk thing. Yeah, I'm just not even. There's a Stellar Blade in. There's not a Stellar Blade while there's a Nier anime. That's weird. It's wild. Never would have thought. Came out of nowhere. Years of drama. Years of diorama. I'm scrolling for chaos before I run offline and make dinner. It's been a busy D. I've got some egregious bullshit to get into later too. So let's just see what's out there. What looks fun before I run off? What are we gonna dive into
I think this
before I
guy
run for the
is
night?
Absolutely off
After
his
a year
fucking
of
rocker.
review, they said, listen, we
This
can
is a
find
person
another
who
explanation.
needs to be medicated
Ew.
on a regular basis.
Ew.
We're gonna let him cook. Probably cook more meth.
Ew.
We're gonna unban him. Keep cooking. You're doing great. Everything you think is true is actually true. You were right about all of it. Don't let the nurses stop you from becoming a god. Welcome back. Everyone else did fine. Interesting reason why to ban someone after you come up with some excuses to help yourself cope as to why you died to a boss when you clearly weren't paying attention. But hey, it's all good. Hope you feel better and get out of the depressive state that you're in, brother. Been a long time viewer. I get the whole frustrated at...
Okay. I found what we're doing before I get offline. There's a video on Cyrax, and I occasionally like staring at what the fuck happens, and honestly, I'm just waiting to see if the lolcow dentist is right.
Yo, what's up guys? Menace here, welcome back to another video. I hope you guys are having a good day and a good week as well, because today we're going to be talking about someone we haven't talked about in a while, and I didn't really think we're going to be talking about again for a while, and it's Cyrax. For the last 2 to 3 months, Cyrax has been stuck up in La La Land in his happy place, just basically on FaceTime every night with these 2 to 3 dudes just choking the chicken. This is the longest time Rax has been away from the internet, I think, and I really just want to know how these dudes could have done it, just dealt with the goblin for 2 to 3 months straight. Up until recently, Cassandra started posting a bunch of shorts on her YouTube talking about some interesting details in Rax's life behind the scenes, his new game chair, a new rig he's getting soon, and a bunch of other stuff. I didn't expect the gullible goblin to be back for quite a long time, up until something tragic happened to him or somebody else in the family, but for some random reason, he just decided to come back, but not on YouTube or Facebook or Kick or Rumble or any of those platforms. He decided to come back on TikTok, onto a site that's filled with a bunch of kids. I don't know if he's tried this before, but it really didn't seem like him hiding on TikTok worked, because everybody found it and the account seems to be gone.
Oh shit. Did I accidentally really Did I really accidentally kill my browser? Because I'm just absolutely stupid as fuck. Miss King Cobra? Me too, buddy. Me fucking too. Valid and reasonable, and I understand. He seems like a funny dude.
Yo, what's up guys? Menace here, welcome back to another video. I hope you guys are having a good day and a good week as well, because today we're going to be talking about someone we haven't talked about in a while, and I didn't really think we were going to be talking about again for a while, and it's Cyrax. For the last 2 to 3 months, Cyrax has been stuck up in La La Land in his happy place, just basically on FaceTime every night with these 2 to 3 dudes just choking the chicken. This is
And honestly, Cobra's got a lot to admire. Even though he did cut the vagina out of a sex doll that someone sent him because he was mad at himself, I guess. I don't know. That was weird. That's still weird. I can't get away from it's very strange that he uploaded a video about that. But honestly, in the grand scheme of things, he was possibly the only normal lolcow. Then again, I started my lolcowing finding expedition safari with Ian motherfucking Foot. So, honestly, y'all are spoiled on, like, weak nonsense, honestly. I'm sorry, but
the longest time Rax has been away from the internet, I think, and I really just want to know how these dudes could have done it, just dealt with the goblin for 2 to 3 months straight, up until recently. Cassandra started posting a bunch of shorts on her YouTube talking about some interesting details in Rax's life behind the scenes, his new game chair, a new rig he's getting soon, and a bunch of other stuff. I didn't expect the gullible goblin to be back for quite a long time, up until something tragic happened to him or somebody else in the family, but for some random reason he just decided to come back, but not on YouTube or Facebook or Kick or Rumble or any of those platforms. He decided to come back on TikTok, onto a site that's filled with a bunch of kids. I don't know if he's tried this before, but or because now the goblin lurks in the shadows.
What's up guys, my name is Chance, and I am a former victim of online harassment and trolling.
what I think he meant to say is he is a current and active perpetuator of online harassment, but I don't think that he's clever enough to delineate the difference. I think he's just kind of goofy.
My story starts about 7 years ago, 8 years ago, right around there, when I started getting online for videos I was making on YouTube, which were mostly vocal covers, AMVs, which were very popular to me, which I can't really go into detail about, but I will say that they illegally entrapped me on here, on YouTube, and that began my downward spiral. It's definitely not been easy because I've had a lot of bad stuff. At one point, I had attempted to on 2 separate occasions.
At one time on 2 separate occasions is the most strange way I've heard of someone fabricate a story about such a thing. Anyways.
Because of these people. And it wasn't until...
And let's say maybe he is telling the truth. He lies so much I've learned to doubt everything. Oh, I didn't learn to doubt everything from him. But he lies so much, he doesn't really fall outside of the, oh, it's just bullshitting crowd. Which, they're prevalent, yeah. But he sits up there as their grand poobah.
Last year that I finally managed to get out. And I've been doing really good ever since. I just want everybody out there to know, and anybody out there that is going through what I went through with being harassed online, being trolled, you just know that it does get better.
Not for people like him.
Things will get better. Is it easy? No. And the reason that I know it's not easy is because this room that I'm in right now, I've been stuck in for the last 8 years, since the very beginning. I've not left this house. I had no friends left. All my friends basically abandoned me, and family disowned me. There have been public groups made about me on Facebook. Reddit, which Reddit's been shut down. There's also a site that likes to attack me that is very famous for making. It's called Kiwi Farms, and these guys.
Shout out to Josh Moon.
Have been responsible for the deaths of several people, and it's sad. Every day I live with this stuff. These people made me into somebody that I never wanted to become. It wasn't until...
No one's ever made me into somebody. I've made myself into things. I mean, I guess my mom technically made me into a person. Thanks for gestating me, mother. It's appreciated. 9 brutal months. Ooh. Talk about a lot of fucking work for not a lot of payoff. Ooh-wee.
Last year when I met my fiance back in October, November.
Yeah, but I don't have to be, like, I don't feel very cursed with sentience. I feel like my sentience is the curse to others, you know?
And, you know, it was because of her that I realized that I can get out of this. And I've been doing really good ever since. Because I'm what the trolls label as a lolcow. And what—
Yeah, but for one of them to be true, I'd have to feel cursed. For the other one, everyone else has to be cursed, or feel cursed. Which might be the same thing. And anyways, I don't feel cursed. I just know that I'm a blight to existence in society, and I think it's very funny.
A lolcow is it's somebody that they see as a way to get laughs.
And at least he's not one more person trying to say that, well, because there's a lot of people that say that if we call them a lolcow, it's being fatphobic, but I assure you, I'm not scared of people. Outside of everyone. I'm scared of everyone. Not because of the shape of their body or who fucked to make them, but generally just because I don't like people very much and I'm afraid of them. Because they're people. Not because of, like, affects of their body. Just because they're people. That's different. So I'm people-phobic, yes. But not to be too trans-Islamophobic, but I like video games more than I do people. You're welcome.
And to them, that's what a person that they deem as a lolcow is only worth for, is for...
I'm over here holding it down for whatever. I just like amalgamating words, okay? And it's way too easy to just be the most trans-Islamophobic person on the planet. Easy. I like video games. Done. I think that makes me hate them, right? I think that those groups of people think if I like video games that I hate them, right? I also have a very select few people I enjoy engaging with. Those few are quite honest and honestly awesome. Thank you, you cool motherfucker, for teaching me about Kenshi. Fun game that I'm going to be playing more after stream. Cause, like, you know, kind of like X4, I think it is, or what the fuck ever. I don't know. Like, playing 4X games is way more easy to do when I can, like, unceremoniously just get up and sit down. Anyways, back to trans-Islamophobia. I'm just hating everyone. Well, clearly I don't hate some people. I was going to say I don't hate the dead, but that's actually true, so I'm just gonna leave that out.
Their only worth in life is to make that troll and their communities laugh. I've had no help from anyone. The police department here has not helped. I've been shot at many times, brutally beaten. We've had objects thrown at our house, glass to our front door broken out, brick through the windshield of one of my family members' cars, busted out the back glass of my stepdad's van, destroyed several of my electronics, including a high-end gaming PC that was worth over $1,000.
Good.
And the police department here in Akron, Ohio have done nothing to help my family. My bedroom has basically become a jail cell for me because of these people.
Good.
But me and my fiance thought that it would be a good idea for me to do this.
I looked away.
That way, you know, I can hopefully help some of you. 8 years of being tormented, 8 years of being tortured mentally, physically, emotionally, and mentally. And there's even groups about me on Facebook that constantly attack me every day. But I wanted to make this video to let everybody know, or anybody out there that's going through what I went through, know that it does get better. And don't give up the fight, because you got this. It's not easy. It's not easy getting out.
It's not easy being cheesy. But if you want help being cheesy, just scream that you're trans-Islamophobic. Just the faster you scream that you hate everyone, the faster that people realize you don't give a shit.
But if I can make it out of my situation, so can you.
He talks about his life like he's doing
Okay, I'm done compressing it for this part.
a lot better than he was before, and he's not. He doesn't have a job. He's still in the attic. He's still the gullible goblin. He has nothing to live for still to this day, and it's been 3 whole months. You'd expect some kind of change within his life, him to get a quality of life update, but no, we just have the same old Rax. And to be honest, I don't even know why I'm expecting anything out of this goblin at this point. He's 35 years old, and he still has the same mindsets he had since he was in middle school. These people are making him think his life is way better than it was before because they're showering him in gifts and they're just babysitting him on FaceTime every
I hate getting gifts. It's like more clutter to deal with.
day. I don't know what's going on now because it seems like everything is starting to fall apart. Whatever's going on, it's a...
I understand what you think of me, man, and I get that. I understand that, bro. I get it. But I ain't no goddamn... And I could prove that shit on multiple levels, dog. Let me tell you right now, man. These people set me up from the very beginning.
Smart as he thinks he is, I don't know why he thinks going to Eric like this would stop anybody, let alone stop Eric from making fun of him. Everybody around Cyrax just clowns him because, well, he's Cyrax. He does absolutely nothing with his life. He's a goblin predator. Chance just sounds like a cornered rat trying to latch on to anything that could help him. He's trying to find that one hole in the wall he could run out of, and he can't. He's just trapped. And when you're asking for someone to help you with your 8-year-long internet battle, I don't think it's the best idea to come in yelling at them, while asking them for help, and the way that he flings around lies.
Nah, sometimes you should yell at people while asking for help. I don't know why, but I think it's a good idea.
That can be easily proven to be lies is hilarious. How Kate from Asshole Mafia is a evil person. She's lost her kids multiple times, time and time again. Just, I don't know why he keeps going on about that, but he really likes to harp on that fact. Everybody around him already knows that everything he says is a lie, so I don't know why he tries to go on about it. He's already said himself that it was all mistakes, it was all in the past, and we all need to forgive him. That's what he always says, so I don't know why he's just turning back and saying he never did it. And I don't know why after this long 2 or 3 months he's come back, but he's back, and I think he's gonna be here.
He probably got bored or decided that he wanted to save money on dental bills by trying to jeer the internet into knocking his teeth out. Not encouraging it, but I'm assuming that he wanted to try to jeer the internet into knocking his teeth out.
Here to stay, but who knows, I could be wrong on that front. He might just keep getting shut down by the trolls over and over again because the truth can't be let out. The goblin can't make his money and he can't live. The truth must never come out. We are all liars and we are all holding him down. We don't want him to be successful. We're keeping him away from his precious music career. He is a wonderful musician actually, and we're all just jealous of him. We have to hold him back. So I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please make sure to like the video if you haven't, and make sure to subscribe to the channel if you haven't already either, and make sure to comment how you feel about this crazy situation going down with Cyrax coming back, and make sure to hype up the video and let's go crazy. And every Monday at 6 p.m. Pacific time, me and the homies are going to be live to talk about the other cows, and we're just going to be messing around, and we really hope to see y'all there. And as always, love y'all.
So if you want to support that homie, go to his channel, find a video you like, watch it your fucking self. Don't just go for a second because some dumb bitch said go like a video. Anyways, my dudes, I want to make dinner and play a video game. So I will catch you all soon. I appreciate you immensely. I have been hit with hunger and I want to play Kenshi. But I want to eat more than I want to play Kenshi. So it's like a really big like dilemma, right? Even if I wanted to play with you all, I have to make food first. All right. So take care, my beautiful folks. Be kind to yourselves. Timestamps will be in possibly as soon as I finish dinner, if not a bit sooner. So if you wanted to know what we reacted to and you want your ha-has and your gawfas, maybe refresh the video on YouTube in like 30 minutes, mayhaps. All right. Peace out, y'all. Be okay. Take care of yourselves. You're appreciated. You're awesome. Night-night. Bye. Where'd I put OBS?